There's a new RAM update. I'm sure it's small. Probably bug fixes. Alright, we're here. 80 viewers left. Ah, that's pretty good. So, this is an even shorter fic that isn't about ghosts. Crazy. Fucking nuts. It might be about ghosts, I don't really know actually. Not totally sure about that. Okay, the Silent Hill music is holding strong. Oh, this is chapter 1. It's actually 4,000. Oh, that's fine. I can take it. We need some Halloween noises, though. Okay, nice. Just to get us back in the mood, you know. This is by Blackwater. Oh. Mom, I'm home. Asriel stepped over the threshold to the living room. Chris immediately ran at their older brother, arms spread wide.
Izzy.
They shouted, wrapping their arms around him. Despite their relatively small size, their short arms managed to fully encircle the beanpole teen. I'm choking. My family made some baked pumpkin seeds because there's a pumpkin, and I'm choking on them now. Fuck. Everyone bake pumpkin seeds. It's like free food. If you carve a pumpkin, you just bake the seeds, and they're pretty good. You put like steak spice on them. Got a Tupperware full of them, yes. Choking on seed, behave yourself, chat. Despite their relatively small size, their short arms managed to fully encircle the beanpole teen. Asriel leaned down and reciprocated the embrace. Howdy, Chris. Did you have a good day? Chris nodded, still holding on. Chris was usually not the most excitable kid, nor the most physical, but around Asriel they were like a different person altogether. Toriel stepped into the living room from the kitchen. She was wearing an apron with spots of spilled flour on it, and on one hand she held a rolling pin. Asriel, it is wonderful to see you, my child. Dinner will be ready in an hour. How was your day at school? Her question was cut off as she noticed another figure stepping into the house. Hello there, Mrs. Dreamer. Miss Dreamer. You know what I mean? I wonder if this one will have Halloween in it. Who knows? Toriel fixed him with a withering glare, strong enough to instantly disintegrate most monsters in Undertale, based on sheer malicious intent alone.
Actually, that only accounts for human souls going to monsters. It's unclear if monsters are vulnerable to malicious attacks by other monsters.
Fortunately for Pants, this wasn't Undertale. Unfortunately for Pants, that meant he was still alive to experience Toriel's wrath. Disdain radiated from her like a rod of red-hot iron, but twice as scalding and far less likely to bend. And way bigger! Except way smaller, I mean! Pants glanced between her face and the rolling pin in her hand. If she were to attack him, could he escape? Alright. Seeing the need to step in, Asriel concluded the hug and stepped in. Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered. I wanted to know who the narrator was in this fic. It was S. Who is S? Susie? Susie is S. Sans is S. I don't know of anyone else. Scaster. Sans is S. Alright, we can call it there. It was this big! The size of this walnut, except way smaller! Yeah, that's what I was going for. Asriel concluded the hug and stepped in. Mom, I brought a friend over. I was thinking Pants could stay for dinner. The two of us could hang out a while. Would that be all right? She pondered this for a moment. As much as she disapproved of the cat, she knew that to turn him away would be a breach of hospitality, an unforgivable sin in front of her own children. The deed was done. Asriel clearly invited him over, and to renege on such an offer would be terribly rude indeed. Very well, Toriel conceded. She was audibly annoyed, but did her best to put on an air of affability. Toriel turned and walked back to the kitchen without another word. Asriel gestured at the couch. Make yourself at home. Pants complied, flopping onto the seat of the couch. No, the right seat of the couch. The right one. Asriel walked to the television set and pressed the power button. The TV remained turned off, because it was still Chapter 1. Still holding the button down, he wiggled the button slightly. Through some miracle of biology, this caused the button to actually work. I guess I'll count that. TV biology. Okay, we got Chris. I guess Toriel's outfit was described, technically. This is fine. What did you stumble into? Saw the stream title, right? Yeah, it's gay fanfiction. The stream viewers make the fanfiction, I read the fanfiction. Cycle of life. That's how it goes. God, these pumpkin seeds take a while to chew. Maybe they were a bad idea. The TV buzzed and the screen slowly faded to life. They are confirmed CRT users, Molly Stars is in chat. He turned on the gaming console on the floor, then grabbed the controllers and sat next to the Pants on the couch. The controller's taut wires pulled the console slightly closer to the couch, and for a second Pants was concerned that they wouldn't reach, but the cables remained plugged into their ports. Asriel handed a controller to Chris, who had climbed up on the last remaining seat of the couch to Asriel's left, then offered the other to Pants. Would you like to have the first turn? You're my guest, after all. Besides, Asriel added, his voice playfully exaggerated. Give Chris a chance to warm up before they take on a real pro. Chris stuck their tongue out at Asriel and then smiled, pleased with their act of childish rebellion. Asriel placed a hand to his chest in mock offense with a small civilized gasp. Turning to Pants, he stated dramatically, Pants, you're not going to let them treat us like that, right? You simply must defend our honor. Show us who's the better super smashing fighter. Who's Pants' main? Because we know Chris is gonna main Fox, obviously. And then Asriel's Yoshi. Although I heard some like advanced speculation the other day that like, based on the apparent time period, Chris is more likely to have been a Marth main, because that was actually older than Fox mains. I forget what the logic was. I'd ask Toffee if she was here. Pants smiled in recognition of the challenge and attempted to think of something to say that matched the jovial mood of the conversation, but couldn't think of anything, and so remained smiling awkwardly. Chris looked at him expectantly, waiting for Pants to respond to their trash-talking in kind, before realizing that no response was forthcoming and returning their attention to the character selection screen. They selected the Glacier Scalers. Oh no, they haven't banned wobbling in the home context, have they? Oh no, and grinned devilishly. Pants carefully scanned the roster and picked the most visually awesome character he could find. Some sort of giant, scaly, fire-breathing lizard dude named Bouncer. Great. I know just enough about Smash to get the joke. I'm so proud of myself. Chris selected a stage, and after a short loading screen, they began. To say that the round lasted for a full minute would be inaccurate. It would, however, be quite generous to Pants. Asriel looked at the screen, wide-eyed and pale-faced under his fur. Chris put the controller down and stated simply,
Birdie showed me how to do that.
Pants looked to Asriel in the eye as he passed the controller, a smug look on his face. Well, big shot, I think little buddy's warmed up enough for you. Asriel took the controller, trying to steady his grip. The cheap plastic was slick beneath his hands already. Wiping the cat sweat off the device. Fuck, that's gross. Why, that's so gross. Cats don't sweat, though. That's why it's gross. It's like fish milk. Cat sweat and fish milk. That's uncomfortable. I guess that's fluids. Cat sweat. Mmm. Drink a cat sweat fish milk cocktail with your Toriel-made meth and piss pie. I don't even know what that joke is from anymore. I mean, it's from Kissy Cutie, but fuck knows what the context was. Ram questions in chat, for some reason. Yes, cooling rate is really useful if you have alt coolant, because it actually nerfs the damage you take from the explosions. They're actually kind of necessary to make alt coolant usable. Okay. Wiping the cat sweat off the device as best he could, with the bottom of his shirt, he selected Yisho, the dragon, and hoped that to the angel that his skill would be enough to pull him through. At last, dinner was ready. As the timer dinged, Toriel removed the pie from the oven and set it gently on the counter. The smell of homemade crust wafted through the house. Dinner is ready, she called to the living room. Asriel, thankful for the respite, paused the game, and the trio of gamers took their seat at the table. Asriel and Chris bowed their heads as Toriel said a brief prayer. With Chris clasping their hands in front of them, they kept one eye on one eye on Pants, who simply sat there, unsure whether it would be sinful to pretend to pray as an atheist. It's a complex question. It's a very complex question. You're talking about harpoon tip, Coca? I love that one. I still don't fully believe that I got it to work as stably as I did. It feels like it should break the game. During the development process of that upgrade, I had router tornadoes. I had like Gary's mod fucking physics glitches destroying everything. Anyway. Talking about RAM made the hiccups go away. As soon as Toriel finished, ooh, best music, Chris stated in a taunting voice.
Pants was peeking.
Toriel shot a rueful glare toward Pants. Though whether this was due to Chris's observation or due to the nature of Pants himself was unclear. Chris, you do realize that means you were peeking too, right? Asriel retorted.
No, doesn't kind of just squint.
At last, Toriel returned her attention to the rest of the table. Asriel, how was your day? It was good. I got my monster biology test grade back. I got a 98. Monster biology? Sure. That is wonderful news, my child. Pants let out an impressed whistle. That's what it sounded like. That's pretty good, Azzy. You sure got me beat. Indeed, Toriel muttered under her breath. The four continued to eat, making standard dinner table conversation, with Toriel occasionally making quiet, snide remarks about Pants. She was sure she could hear her. She was sure he could hear her. Okay, between his perceptive cat ears and the way his face would contort shamefully after each comment, but she didn't care. If Asriel was to insist on keeping him around, she would be damn sure that he knew the pronouns. She would be damn sure that he knew she was not a force to be trifled with. She knew he knew. We're getting back to Bionicle names. I'm still watching the 13-hour-long Bionicle video. And how was Mrs. Boom? Toriel inquired of Asriel at length. The wizened old turtle had approached him about staying after class to help with decorating for the coming holiday. It's Halloween. Oh, this is the turtle. Mr. Boom. It's Halloween, for the angel's sake. I can't be the only spooky old bat in this classroom. That's how he talks. Halloween? It is Halloween. It's probably patched in. Probably patched in for the stream, I don't care. That, of course. Oops. You just saw my search history there. I hope that wasn't incriminating. See, what was it? It's completely benign. Look at that search history. Completely clean. Shoutouts to Mint Cafe, by the way. Okay. By the way, what is this a reference to? Peeking? Can you not look at each other when you're doing prayers? Is that a thing? I don't know about that. Decorating for the coming holiday, which is why he had arrived home so much later than Chris and his mother. He'd been surprised to find Pants doing the same. It turned out the cat had received detention after a package of cigarettes had fallen out of his jacket pocket during study hall, and this was his penance. Oof. I feel like if you got caught with cigarettes at my high school, you would be suspended, but it's not to say that a million people didn't smoke for some reason, but probably wouldn't go well. You close your eyes or look downward during prayers. Huh. I like the part where Toa Shinu Hinu put the Krana and the Krana in the Makoki stone. I don't know about Toa Shinu Hinu yet. That's a spoiler. I'm only like 3 hours into the video. I've barely started the Mask of Life arc. You know what the funny thing is about the fucking Bionicle video? Is that I've already seen a separate Bionicle video doing the exact same thing in the exact same format, explicitly inspired by Ben Saint. That existed years ago, and now there just is a Ben Saint version, and it's like 3 times as long as the other one was. It's fucked up. I don't know what to think about it, because I remember nothing from the previous one. It's like it's all new to me, and that time is just objectively wasted now. Awesome. Keep getting the pumpkin shit stuck in my teeth. Ah, help. I think I got rid of it. No. Ah. Fuck. I fixed it. Why do I keep eating these? Fuck. What pumpkin? Do pumpkins shit? Discuss. We won't be discussing that. Okay, I'm moving into snail's pace. He was his usual jovial self. He told us one of his stories. About, the one about the dragon and the farmer with the shotgun. I think he was glad for Pants's and my help. Ah, yes. I heard something about your friend having to stay after class as well. Oh, she knew. That was unfortunate. Desperate for something to change the subject, Asriel shoveled the last couple of bites of supper into his mouth. He chewed quickly and swallowed before making the move. This was a great pie, Mom. Yeah, you really can taste the pot, joked Pants, in a desperate bid to cut the tension at the table. Is it a joke like it's a weed pie? Or a joke like it's a pot pie? Like a chicken pot pie? You get it? I don't know. I don't know what he was going for there. Toriel's eyes narrowed and her snout wrinkled with disapproval. Her actual whole face peeled back into a horrifying visage of gore and shrieked at him, then it went back to normal. Pants immediately broke out in a cold sweat as he realized what he had said, his fur getting grosser by the second. He looked down at the plate, his face shrinking and moving around his face like a DVD screensaver. His face moved around his face. That's awesome. In embarrassment, as he remembered the last time that the subject of himself, Asriel, and Pot had converged in the presence of the Dreamer matriarch. Asriel, unsure how to salvage the situation at this point, excused himself and nudged Pants under the table to do the same. Pants jumped, not expecting the physical contact, and banged his knee on the underside of the table with a loud thud and the sound of rattling dishes. He quickly hopped up and took his plate to the kitchen, following in Asriel's stead. Toriel didn't object to the abrupt conclusion to their dinner. The sooner this horrible cat boy left the house, the better. Gay cat boy sitting at my dinner table. Just gonna keep going. Yeah, the spooky sound effects ended like hours ago. It wasn't even spooky, it was just like random ASMR sounds. It was like 10 consecutive minutes of someone trying to scratch through a wooden door. I was like, what the fuck even is this? It was just like trying to get the last two pieces of firewood apart when there's to have a little bit of wood stuck between them. Okay, chapter 2. As they stepped out of the house, Azzy took Pants by the hand. A light blush appeared on his face, and Pants's face also did something. Asriel and then Pants started walking south at a conversational pace. I thought it said a controversial pace. Can Asriel really walk that fast? Power scalers are debating. The air was cool and saturated with birdsong gently trickling from the trees. The sun hung over the horizon, and the clouds, and while the cloud-dusted sky was mostly still blue, the line dividing the earth and sky was singed orange like a marshmallow barely held over a flame. Beautiful. Okay, so gay is confirmed. Surprisingly unfree space. Takes a while sometimes. Liquid birdsong checks out. That sounds like something you describe birdsong as, a liquid trill. I think you even describe some like sounds and language like as a liquid R. I think that's actually a linguistic term. A liquid R. Or an L. I forget what it means. So Azzy, when you invited me to hang, you mentioned you had something special planned. Care to explain, big guy? Well, I was thinking, there's a special place to the south of here that we used to explore a bit. We? Chris, Noel, Des and I. Back before, you know. Pants nodded. Everyone knew. It was only a couple of years ago that Des had disappeared. It was the talk of the town, it was the talk of the town. Talk of the town for about a week before everyone seemed to have just gotten over it. She hadn't been forgotten. She was still part of every anecdote, still in the pictures upon the dreamers and holiday walls, still mentioned in passing from time to time. But despite her prevalence in the community before, the search had been dropped, and nobody had ever made the effort to pick it back up. Anyway, before all that, there was a spot we used to frequent, just south of the church. I figured since you had never been before, I'd show it to you. Plus it would be nice to go there again, for old time's sake.
Alright, makes sense. Though, what makes you think I've never been there before? You, like, know everywhere I've ever been or something? I know you're into some weird stuff, Az, but stalking's kind of freaky.
Pants joked with a chuckle. Asriel laughed too before responding. Well, you know, it's just that I've never seen anyone else around there. It's a bit odd, really. There's this place that everyone knows about, but nobody knows anything about it. People reach the church and tend to go to the cemetery or the town hall, but never straight ahead. There's a path, but it's not well kept. Except it is? It's hard to explain. You'll see it in a second. We're almost there. Sheldon Lillian is becoming violently emotional at the tutorial's discrimination against pants. Sometimes it just hits different, I don't know. What is that comment, Wim?
I've never been alone with a boy who touch fingers.
That's so, why is it so funny? Boss baby voice, getting real Courier New vibes from this one. True. I've already used I had my Boss Baby Courier New moment like earlier in the stream. It's not even this. Oh, and the Liquid Bird song was a CN reference? What? Because that was my first thought. I was like, that sounds like a Courier New line, but I didn't say it out loud because I knew that'd be fucking brain rot. Fuck you. You actually used a line that I didn't God damn it. Liquid Bird song. There's like a 50% chance that Courier's still in the chat, by the way. He was here. He was just fucking here for some reason. Anyway. You're giving me like subliminal tilting messages. It's in 3 fix. I need to make a document of these courierisms. There's a few. Like the word rhyme, for sure. Hard to think of examples, but when you see it, it's like, it's a courier thing. The Outer Dark is a reference to a novel. That's like actually a bit. It's like a recurring reference, you know. Inchoate, yep. Chthonic and inchoate, big time. Perhaps thrum, I want to say. It's very hard to think of examples. Big word, yep. I love big words. I just kind of naturally talk like a homestick character in real life. That's my curse. Okay, where were we? As they talked, they'd been cutting through the woods and crossing the streets heading south. Now they stepped out of the woods beside the church. Well, here we are. Oh, Undertale reference! That's the music in the True Laps! Asriel gestured to the path, now visible to them.
Is it? I was kind of expecting something weirder. What's all the fuss about?
Asriel hummed pensively for a second, trying to find a good way to explain. It's bizarre. There's a direct path to the clearing. I've never seen anybody doing upkeep on it. And I know that nobody uses it enough to keep things from growing on it, but the path's still so clear. And in the center, there's some sort of bunker. If you stand near it, you can hear something, like machinery coming from under your feet.
Heh, sounds like a creepy place. Weird that no one talks about it, huh?
It really is quite uncanny. Come on, let's go check it out. They're gonna check out the bunker. Asriel was right, Pants noted. The path was clear of any vines, roots, or weeds, lined only with grass, but it wasn't worn at all either. The ground wasn't tamped down by footfalls over the years, and the grass was taller than that around the clearing where the church was. Reaching the bunker, Asriel led Pants by the hand to stand in front of the doors. Love is gonna guide you by the hand. Anyway, as they approached, Pants could hear the sound Asriel had described, getting louder as he approached. A low, inconsistent drone, sputtering and rumbling like an old car engine. When they stood in front of the door, it rattled his bones and shook his teeth despite the relatively low volume. Shiver me timbers and rattle me bones. I don't know what causes that. It has to be some sort of machinery, but what keeps it running? What does it do? It just emits spook into the atmosphere, passively. Asriel released Pants' hand, stepping forward, turned to face Pants and leaned against the door with his arms crossed casually over his chest. Well, I thought he was doing like a Cabadon for a second, but it's the other way around. Okay, I had the wrong image. We used to spend hours out here, speculating, letting our imaginations run wild. Chris would always try to spook Noelle by saying that it was a factory where Icy got the meat they put in their pizzas, and that if she wasn't careful, he'd get her and turn her into a sausage. That is horrifying.
Yeah, that sounds like little buddy, always a trickster.
That's, If I were to put you in a meat grinder and turn you into an Icy's pizza sausage, I think you'd be dead. Where's the bingo card? Here it is. I think we're gonna get a bingo. This is where they're keeping Germa in there. That's where he retires to. That would be like a new level of hot, getting Cabadoned on the Deltarune bunker. Just saying. Specifically on the Deltarune bunker. So like Gaster's on the other side of the door. Yeah. I regret that tangent. Let's start reading the fic again. Pants withdrew a carton of cigarettes from his pocket and pecked out a single cig, then lit it. He sucked some smoke in before blowing it out. Asriel looked at him with a strange look. Pants, you really shouldn't do that. It's bad for your lungs. Besides, you're not old enough for those.
And who's gonna stop me, huh?
Is this an imposter pants? It's a different color, actually. This pants is a different one. Undyne, Asriel said, as though it was the most obvious thing in the world, which it was.
As long as I smoke him before she can smell him, I'm golden.
Mr. Boom.
Ha! He'd never call me up with something like that. Besides, he's the one who gave him to me.
Me? Wait, what? Asriel said, a mischievous glint in his eye. Uncrossing his arms, Asriel made a grab for the cig in Pants' mouth. Kiss, kiss, kiss! But Pants was faster. His face vertically compressed, moving his mouth up a good 5 inches. That's fucking weird. Asriel attempted another grab with his other hand, but to no avail, as Pants rotated his face 180 degrees around the Z-axis, placing his mouth at his forehead and his eyes at his chin. He wiggled his eyebrows tauntingly before rotating his face back into place. That's gotta go crazy, dude. Okay, in a final bid, as he placed his hands on Pants' cheeks, not to be confused with the cheeks on his rival's Pants, though the phrasing used may bring such imagery to mind, and kissed him on the lips. The glowing tip of the cigarette pressed against his cheek for a second as Pants held it in stunned silence before it dropped to the ground as Pants reciprocated the kiss. It was a simple, somewhat chaste kiss, nothing more, but they both came away red-faced. Nice. Bingo! Perfect. That was fast. Yeah, Pants' face is spinning like a helicopter rotor while Asriel tries to kiss it. It's like a new fucking form of foreplay. They both came away red-faced. Asriel in particular was absolutely on fire. Pants noticed this after a second of stunned silence, and began swatting gently at Asriel's face to try to put the cigarette-singed fur out. Oh. Asriel realized what had happened and immediately began doing the same. Fortunately, they were able to put it out without anyone getting hurt, though Asriel certainly would be hard-pressed to come up with an explanation for the black patch of fur and smell of singed goat-like entity. Oof. Toriel's immediately going to intuit, like a Danganronpa protagonist, that the fur was singed by Burger Pants' cigarette as they specifically kissed, specifically at the Gaster bunker. With the emergency taken care of, the two looked at each other for a second before bursting into laughter. It really wasn't all that funny, but they were both still positively giddy from the lip-to-lip contact, so they could probably be excused for the severity of the outburst. This is fic as literally what if we kissed at the Gaster bunker. That is literally the fic. Once they had both mostly recovered, they slumped against the doors of the bunker, falling into a sitting position. Golly, that was something, huh? Asriel said, as much to himself as to anyone.
Sure was, buddy. Sure was.
What if we kissed in front of the Gaster bunker and we were both boys? I like the addendum. Yeah, there's some voices in the music. Wait, just ignore them. With a sigh of contentment, Pants continued.
You know, Az, this is the most perfect moment I think I've ever had. Being here with you, away from school and everything else. It's real nice, you know. I'm really gonna miss you when you go off to college.
Asriel chuckled. Well, you still have a few years to get back, not to get sick of me until then. Besides, who's to say that you won't come to college with me? Pants let out a chuckle as well, though his lacked the mirth of Asriel's.
You know that won't happen, Azzy. I'm not smart like you are. I'm not well off like you are. I'm not like you are.
Hey, don't talk like that. You're smart enough. You can do whatever you put your mind to.
Azzy, please don't start with that. I don't want to think about that anymore. I just want to think about us. Here and now. Just you and me.
After saying this, he paused for a second.
And I guess these stupid birds. I wish they'd pick another song already. Jeez.
However they sound. Asriel's face scrunched slightly in confusion. One usually couldn't hear the birds from here. In fact, a fact that he knew with great certainty, having pondered it aloud with Des, Chris, and Noelle many times in the past. Listening for a few seconds, he realized that Pants was right. On the walk over here, they had been serenaded by a steady trickle of birdsong, flowing smoothly past their ears, a babbling brook of cheeps and chirps, liquid if you will. But now the babbling felt incoherent, rambling on without ceasing. An old faucet, a steady drip, 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 dripping away for minutes on end. A simple tune, and not by Tigran Hamassian, played on repeat, the notes blending together into an auditory Gestaltzerfall, which is a word I know from Signalis now. Asriel felt himself grow chill as he listened. He felt every muscle and tendon in his neck creak as he craned his head toward the noise, tilting one ear to hear better. Looking in the direction it seemed to be coming from, he saw a bird, perched upon a low branch. He stood slowly, then walked toward it with a measured pace.
Ellie?
Pants inquired, unsure what to make of this development. He looked around now. And, now on high alert, he noticed something peculiar. The trees at the perimeter, separating the woods from the clearing, were all connected. The roots coming together in a spot a few yards from the door, a mere feet from where he stood. Looking closer, he saw something in the dimming light, something which turned his veins solid ice, and that froze him in place. Turning to look around, he saw the same thing, an anomaly of every bird and every tree at the edge of the clearing. Pants, come here. I need you to look at something for me. Pants stood quickly. He had never heard Asriel speak like that before. His voice was high but strangely measured, and Pants could recognize the fear in his voice. Rushing to Asriel's side, he asked,
What is it, Azzy?
Asriel pointed to the bird. Does it look like these birds don't have feet? Pants looked closer at the bird, at the bird Asriel had first seen. Where there should have been toes or talons gripping the branch, a twig instead split from the main limb and bent straight upward, where it terminated after an inch, disappearing under the bird's body. No, not under. Into. Is this like birds or government drones conspiracy stuff? Is that what this is? There's security cameras? At once, the clearing erupted with sound. The birdsong, once trickling forth freely, froze solid. A static, shrill, interminable noise now emanated from the trees, a sharp icicle that pressed against the eardrums and threatened to pierce. Asriel felt his heart skip a beat once, twice, thrice, before beginning again, pounding like a drunken percussionist. Feathers warped and stretched, and the cluster of roots joining the trees began to wriggle, slowly rising from the ground. The bird's branches and trunks began to deform, shrinking and shriveling as the flesh and tendons retracted, moving under the bark and feathers to congregate at the raised roots. The surface of the roots bulged and changed color, tissue writhing like worms in a rotten fruit, warping and deforming the bark so that surely must have been the creature's skin. The mass of shifting, fleshy roots shifted, revealing a toothy smile and two eyes, one grotesque, bloodshot pink, the other a sickening yellow. Oh no. The trees had come together into one being. No, they had been one being the whole time, watching, learning, beholden to their mutual vulnerability. Now it stood, a mound of ill-shapen flesh, flabby as blue with cyanosis. Flabby and blue as with cyanosis. From somewhere within, a throaty voice rang out, barely intelligible, and yet it spoke. The meaning made itself known, the senseless noise colliding with itself and leaving order and intention fully formed in the wreckage. Before Asriel could process what had been said, he felt the hand grasp his own. Sick. I gotta say, I'm getting some Courier New vibes in that paragraph. The boss baby voice is coming back.
What are we doing just standing here, Azzy? Come on.
Hearing the voice brought Asriel to his senses. The two turned and ran, Pants in the lead, as fast as he could go. They cut through the woods, the branches and twigs swatting them as they plowed through, thistles grabbing at their clothes as they passed. Not until they reached the Dreamer home's walkway did they stop, still buzzing with adrenaline. Pants bent double, gasping for breath. His soot-stained lungs were sore from the dry, cool air, and he had a stitch in his side. Even so, he noticed, he seemed to be faring better than Asriel. The Caprine monster was looking back the way they came, as though expecting to see a shambling mass of wooden flesh emerge from the growing dark, or the hint of an eye at the edge of the streetlight's glow. Looking him over, Pants saw that the side of his leg was stained red, a small hole visible in the fabric just above his knee. Blood. That was the spam totem, dude. That was the spam totem coming to get them. Holy shit.
Azzy, you're hurt. We should get you inside.
Asriel at last looked away from the road toward Pants. He was trembling, and Pants knew it wasn't from the cold. It's nothing, Pants, just a scratch. I'm more concerned about whatever that was. Pants, did you hear what it said?
I heard something, all right. I'm not sure said is the right word for that noise. What did you hear?
Asriel was silent for a moment. The stain was already turning gray, old blood turning to dust that... Oh, fuck you. Old blust... It's blust. You invented blust that helped the clot and heal. It spoke to me, Pants. It said it wanted my soul. It wanted to make a friend with it. I think it would have killed me if you hadn't stepped in. I think it wants something to do with Chris. Asriel stepped closer, grabbing Pants' hand in his own. Looking him in the eye, he spoke plaintively, desperation plain in his voice. Pants, while I'm away, please watch over them for me, won't you? I'm scared for them. Scared of what could happen if it finds them. Pants knew he couldn't do what was asked of him. Little Buddy was known for coming and going as they pleased, even with their own mother struggling to keep them out of trouble at all times. But this wasn't the time to say such things. Wrong text color.
You got it, Azzy. They aren't going nowhere, as long as I'm around, I promise.
Asriel looked relieved with a gentle squeeze of Pants' hand. He said softly,
Thank you.
With black text. That's fucked up. The text color being weird is throwing me off here. It's weird. Pants squeezed back.
You got it, big guy.
The two stood in silence for a second before the thought occurred to Pants.
Hey, Azzy, what were you doing behind me anyway? You're like the fastest runner in town. You should have been way ahead of me.
Azriel looked away. I wasn't about to let anything... I wasn't about to let anything... I can do it. I wasn't about to let anything happen to you. Pants couldn't believe what he was hearing.
Azzy, what? You're way more important than little old me. You should have been in the lead. Hell, you probably could have just left me behind altogether.
What were you thinking? Azriel gripped him firmly by the shoulders, taking Pants somewhat by surprise. Don't talk like that. You're worth more than you know. More to me, more to everyone. You've always been, and always will be. Azriel pulled him in for a hug. After a moment to contemplate his words, Pants returned it. The two monsters held in each other's embrace, a spot of warmth in the cold October night. When Pants pulled away, he wore what Azriel thought to be his most unique and credible face of all, the rarest Burger Pants face, a heartfelt, soft smile.
Thanks, Az. Thank you for believing in me.
Anytime, Pants, anytime. The two stood a moment longer, gazing into each other's eyes, before Pants looked away, scratching his head.
I guess we should be getting home. Mom will freak out if I'm not back by 9. See you tomorrow?
Azriel smiled. I'll be the one in the Yiso costume. Yisho.
Every damn year.
Pants muttered to himself. I love how even though it's a fanfic, we're still using copyright-free terminology. Pants muttered to himself as he walked off, shaking his head in a half-mock disbelief. Yeah, like, once as a Halloween costume, every year is it's a fursuit. He's a scaly. Your boyfriend is a scaly. Just get used to it. Pants muttered to himself as he walked off, shaking his head in half-mocked disbelief. Bah, bah. Azriel watched him go until he passed through a patch of streetlight and disappeared into the other side. Turning, he opened the door and returned inside. Nice. Epilogue. The creature stood at the entrance to the clearing for a moment. The creature was demonic in nature, watching the spot where the two had entered the woods as they fled. At last it turned and shambled back to the clearing, not bothering to hide itself or change its form. As it approached the bunker, it pondered what would come next. The day would come, and not too soon after that, they would arrive. Something like that. Grammar error. Hang on. Gotta note that. Oh wait, no, that was right. I just read it wrong. The day would come, and not too soon, that they would arrive. The one from the other world. The one with the power to determine fate. The one who would grant every last wish, every dream, every happy ending. When that day come, it would be ready. Everything was prepared. For what felt like eons, it had seen the way this world worked.
These are the roots of our world. Men are props on the stage of life, and however tender, however exquisite, a lie will remain a lie.
Sorry, I had to... It's a tree monster, right? A night would emerge, and close behind it would follow the fountains, the heroes, the all-consuming dark, and then it would all begin again. The time had gone around, around, around. It had no end, and the beginning, if it ever had one, had been retread so many times that it had lost all meaning. But this time it will end. For this time, a strange someone stirred in the depths, and where he went, it was certain that they would follow. It had learned so very long ago that they had an affinity for one called Azriel. As fortune would have it, so too did this world's human child. So alike to the vessel they had used in the other world, it almost came together too perfectly. And so as it stood before the great metal doors, it held up a single claw before its eyes, spotted with red that was so quickly fading to gray. It felt the dust as it was absorbed into its own skin, until the claw was clean again, sliding the claw through the crack in the doors, allowing itself to ooze through into the bunker. It allowed itself a single sentimental thought toward them.
I just hope we'll be friends for 999 more years.
So, That's a quote from the, wow, okay, that went places. That was cool. This was like a soft lore fucking Deltarune theory, just kind of encoded in there. That was nice. Time loop theory was in there, sure, just referenced. Ralsei is Asriel's dust, harvested by Aldia, scholar of the first sin. As a new character mimicking Gaster without grasping his nature. Sure, it's cooler as an out-of-context epilogue, though. The Mimic. Yeah, some good horror writing in that one. As funny as it sounds, when you mentioned like the punchline, the birds had no feet, I actually got a little bit of goosebumps from that. It's like, I don't know, sometimes horror just hits you with something that you weren't quite expecting. And you're like, ugh, it's kind of weird. I got a little twist of the uncanny from that. It kind of worked. Yeah, it's like, horror is weird, you know. It's like, my mom always talks about the Amityville Horror, the book. Not the movie. I've read the book, actually. And she said, like, she couldn't read it because there was a part that was so scary to her that she had to stop reading the book. And what that part was, out of context, sounds like completely lame. It's just that they had a stone, like a Chinese dragon sculpture in their house somewhere. And as the book progresses and the haunting gets worse, the guy keeps tripping over it. And the culmination of this is the final time he trips over it, he looks at his ankle and there's bite marks there from it. Well, not from it, there's just bite marks, but... And apparently that implication was so distressing to her that she just got weirded out and dropped the book. So it can be weird stuff, just something very specific that can get to you. The gremlins being in your washing machine scared you as a kid? What was a thing like that? Oh, I've forgotten it now, fuck. A weird, scary thing. It doesn't take much to, when you're a kid, just like little things can lodge in your brain. I think I went to see a mummy at a museum, and I was scared of that shit for like years afterward. I thought that thing was going to be like under my bed. Kind of frightening. What are the other classic ones? There was like a really, really simple ghost story that really got to me as a kid, and it basically just boiled down to like, guy looks out the window on the second story of his house and there's like a ghost lady looking in the window, and that's basically it. It's like the most basic possible ghost story, but that was enough to be like, dude, what if there's a ghost lady looking through my window every time? Like, there could always be a ghost lady looking through the window. You always check behind shower curtains. Classic. The Re-Dead from Ocarina of Time scared you? Well, yeah, that one's pretty fucking horrifying. I never actually played Ocarina of Time as a kid. I dodged that bullet. You were afraid of spontaneous human combustion. That's good. There was also... Okay, this is like a barely remembered thing. This feels like I dreamt it. I watched a little tiny bit when I was a young kid of some anime. And I don't know what anime it would have been because, like, my family did not watch anime when I was a kid. It wasn't a thing. So it must have been something that just like, kind of started playing on a television channel. And I don't know what it was. It was about... I remember two things. Only two things from this anime. One of which was... There was like a lottery where they were drawing for like a contest, and they were choosing balls out of this lottery basket, and like the person whose ball got drawn would be the winner. So that's one thing. I forget what the prize was. And the second thing was like something about water. Something like a ghost coming out of water. Or a monster coming out of water. It's it. It's like the vaguest memory I have of this. Yes, balls. It was balls. It was just like a lottery draw where they had like people had numbered balls in a hidden container. But beware of water. What the fuck was that? It's going to be a mystery to me forever. But anyway, it made me kind of afraid of water for a while. Like even the toilet, I was like, was the ghost in my toilet maybe? It was some shit though. Okay, I remember a little bit more. It was like the protagonist, the guy, his ball was like not going to be drawn, but then like some sort of supernatural force moved his lottery ball into the hand of the person. You could see inside it. I'm trying to recall any details. Like what the fuck, what was that? Water's pretty freaky. I've seen Ashvale Lane. I still haven't looked at Ashvale Lane. Is it like particularly good? I know a bit about Staggering Winds because Molly made the video. I'm not sure if I'm really super interested in like Deltarune horror though, because it's kind of interesting, but like to me, I'm kind of hoping that the game itself is going to go a bit in that direction, and so it feels like it's almost jumping the gun to be like, well, let's make my own Deltarune horror. It's like I'm just kind of hoping that the game has that itself, you know? It's got a gastro bunker. Thinking of balls and toilets? Yeah. The anime with the balls and toilets. I have glowing praise. It has decent ideas at times. Okay. Mm-hmm. God, now I want to find out what that anime is. I've had this vague memory my whole life, and I've never really thought about, like, finding out what the anime was. I'm sure if I went to, like, Reddit or something, someone could tell me, right? But, huh. Maybe someone watching this, the VOD later. I think Molly's Pydria thing is... That got me kind of sold on the appeal of Deltarune horror as a concept. It was a teaser for one of the Device Theory videos. It's super cool though, if you haven't seen it. Just like a simple little mod with horror stuff, and it's not really even connected to Deltarune. Molly's mentioned it's sort of just like its own thing, which I thought was cool. It was like just put into a Deltarune mod because it was a Device Theory teaser. The SCP that I almost wrote one time. It wasn't very good. I think I liked the idea less and less over time. It was sort of a monster that... What the fuck was it? You can't perceive it, but you remember perceiving it, I think. You gain clearer memories of it the longer in the past you encountered it, until you realize that it's been with you your whole life or something, but I didn't know what to do with that idea. It didn't have a creature design. It was just an idea. But the thing with SCP, though, is that one, how the fuck do you know that it's not already SCP-6969, right? There's that many SCPs. No one's read them all, except for SCP-Georg, but he himself is an SCP. And two, it's like a really close-knit community at this point. And 3, there's like a fucking academic... It was easier to get a paper published in the Journal of Audio Engineering for my, like, undergraduate thesis than it was to get into the SCP wiki. Like, the process was more stringent, I swear to God. At least there was more, like, arbitrary busy work steps that you had to do. You have to make a narrative out of it. Yeah, and I don't know what to do with it. Oh, there's fireworks outside. It's weird. People sometimes do fireworks for Halloween. I've never really understood why. I guess like way back my family used to do it too, but I think fireworks are like illegal or something, but people do them anyway. I think way back we used to do them actually. That was far enough back though that we had like, you would buy your fireworks at the video store. For some fucking reason, you would go to the local like video stop or whatever to buy fireworks, and that was just a thing. I don't know why they were at the video store, but they were. Right. Twitch chat rates an SCP stream when? Oh god. Okay, we got some more. How many left? Only 2 left. I think I can make it. I think I can do all of them. We're gonna make it. We're all gonna make it, chat. Wag me, whatever they say. Was the anime Card Captor Sakura the movie? I don't know. Is there a lottery and a water ghost in Card Captor Sakura? I don't even know what that is, actually. It was probably a movie of some sort, because it was like... It felt like a movie, and it wasn't like an episodic thing. Yes, actually. Okay, I'll look into that. Because that may be it, actually. Huh. I still don't know when I would have seen it. Like, it must have just come on Adult Swim or something because I stayed up late. Who knows? Alright, Scaredy Pants. An Azzy Pants Halloween by Dubious Retro Bushin. Maybe Button? No, it's Bushin. Through the tinted window of a jet black limo, a blurry mass of spectators stand and wait beside the curb. The vehicle slows to a stop, and the door reveals flashes of light illuminating a crimson-red pathway. 2 rows of velvet rope keep the ocean of fans, photographers, and news people in their cordoned areas. From his transportation, a slim orange cat emerges, dressed in a black suit, with sunglasses hooked onto the breast pocket, and a smile as sharp as a knife's edge. A roar of cheers follows the reveal of this appraised actor. With a single motion, he unsheaths his sunglasses, flicks the arms open, and rests them upon his face. He struts, watching the left row of his spectators. But he walks past the sea of cheering fans. His vision is locked far beyond any TV crew or interviewer. He is looking for someone. And with a few more paces, he spots him, in a modest black suit, a white shirt, and a purple tie. With the camera around his neck and the beaming light of an expectant smile. There's the golden boy, just as promised. The cat approaches the rope and towers past its boundary to face him. Security has to hold back his adoring fans.
So you made it, my VIP.
The cat gives the photographer a smirk as he leans over the soft boundary. I'd never miss something like this, Tiger. The 2 trade creeping smiles before the feline speaks up.
One more thing before I go. One more thing. Excuse me, one more thing.
He grasps the purple tie of the photographer and pulls him into a kiss. Strobes of light flicker around him in all directions. As the cat pulls back, he unbuttons his suit jacket.
Here's your glamour shot.
And with one fluid arch, he steps away, his jacket whipped floating in the air, almost in slow motion. The photographer's right hand raises the camera to his face, the lens focusing his sight on the star. With a push of a button, a flash of light engulfs his field of view. The excitement of the crowd boils over into cheering. Pete. Peter. Pizza. 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 Pizza Pants. Asriel shakes the napping cat. Wake up. Your alarm's going off for 10 minutes. It's been going off, rather. Okay, obvious dream sequence is obvious, but we can restart the bingo. There was kissing, dream kissing, gay. Yeah. And colored text. I should just leave this one filled in. They kiss in my dreams too, says Pidge. I'm sure they do, Pidge. Ashvale Lane has the Utarga the Loki. What? What is that? Pizza Pants is drooling. I'm a star. He smiles as his eyes open slightly. Yeah, sure. Superstar Pete. Now get up before I drag you off that couch. He steps away while adjusting the loose drawstring knot of his gray sweatpants. Pizza Pants gets up and rubs his head.
Man, you always gotta interrupt the good dreams.
Well, I'll have you know, your alarm interrupted my relaxing shower. You had it coming. Asriel picks up his duffel bag. Besides, I've got a surprise for you.
Oh yeah?
Pizza Pants follows Asriel to the bathroom.
Are they roommates? Are they at college? What's the situation?
Greeted by the reflections, Pizza Pants looks at himself with excitement. And just as quickly as he smiles, he sinks back into a disappointed frown.
What the hell is this?
Asriel smirks at him. Pizza Pants is wearing an ill-fitting green lizard costume from some platforming game. What? I thought you'd like it. Asriel adjusts the sleeves of his red pullover and raises his denim overalls. I thought we'd go as a pair, and I know you didn't have a better costume planned. Dude, Asriel wants to ride Yoshi, if you know what I mean. He wants to be the Mario to Pizza Pants' Yoshi. And walk over lots of spikes together. I mean, go on a ride. Domestic Azzy Pants.
Hey, look, I could have planned our costumes.
Pizza Pants lets out, leading Asriel to give him a doubtful look.
We could put on some suits and get glasses, like the guys from that movie.
Pizza Pants gives a weary smile at Asriel. He isn't buying it. Oh yeah? Like the brown suit that's 3 times bigger than you hanging in our closet?
Hey, how did you...
Pizza Pants stammers. Okay, grammar error going down. It could be good for a bingo, though. And Halloween. Making good progress. Please, Gaster. We need Gaster. Don't yell at me. You're the one who gave me the tour of the place. Your wardrobe is the first thing you showed me when you got here. Oh, yes, that's right. Yesterday, Asriel walked Pizza Pants home from his evening shift in preparation for the morning shift the next day. Even then, he was barely lucid. By the time they made it through the doors, some force possessed Pizza Pants to be a hospitable host to his new guest, even though Asriel has definitely been to this apartment before. Sadly, Pizza Pants' cribs was interrupted by a glass of milk, a turkey sandwich, and the dreariness that took hold of him. Man, Asriel shakes his head. My roommate after a party can walk better than you after a shift.
Hey, it's no man's land in there.
Pizza Pants can't take the slander anymore. So they're not roommates, he is visiting. In, like, probably a gay way. The two began to bicker, and they bicker some more, and they squabble at each other too. Pizza Pants blindly follows Asriel out the door of his apartment, down the stairs, and out onto the sidewalk toward Toriel's house. Oh, so they're just kind of still in hometown. Okay. I thought this was like future arc. Asriel finds a break in Pizza Pants' barrage of defensive retorts. Well, at least we've got matching costumes. We'll make a cute pair for the party. He smiles at Pizza Pants.
Yeah, you look like a 10-year-old farmer's boy, and I'm a fluorescent dinosaur. Real cute pair.
Yes, very cute. Asriel's smile fades as he connects the dots. Hey, I'm not a farmer's boy. What do you mean the mustache looks 10 years old to you? Okay. They laugh as they approach the door to Toriel's house. There are decorations littering the lawn and the doorway, spiderwebs and caution tape, plastic gravestones that are engraved with friendly greetings. All the pumpkins have smiles carved onto them. Very intimidating. That checks out.
I decided to make the spike traps blunt so they would not hurt the humans,
etc. Asriel denying being the farm boy will come back later when Pizza Pants reveals he has a farm kink. That's that's not a farm kink, like a farmer kink. That's probably a thing. Is not like attracted to the concept of agriculture is what I was trying to get across. That's aphids from Ram.
He is into milking goats.
Asriel swings open the door. Hello, everyone. He opens his eyes and sees only Chris standing in the kitchen, rolling out some dough to the countertop. It's look who it is. No one's been brave enough to have a non-Chris human so far. Asriel swings the door open. No, Chris. Oh, Asriel continues. Hey, Chris. Chris leans backward from the kitchen counter with a smirk. Smirk mouths. With a smirk and mouths up back at him.
Wow.
Pizza Pants looks at Asriel.
Nice party you got here.
Yeah, where is everybody? Chris? Before Chris can respond, the bathroom door swings open with what looks like a large shadow stepping out. Oh. Oh, okay. That's unusual.
Hey, Chris, what do you think of the cost?
Susie looks at the two visitors in matching attire and tries to hold back a laugh.
Where do you guys come from?
Pizza Pants shoots a retired look as he speaks through his teeth.
The door?
The eyes of the group shift from the new arrival back to Susie. Seems like she's going as the Grim Reaper. Oh yeah, killer. The black cloak, ominous fabric from the craft store. The hand-stitched craftsmanship, sinister work from Toriel herself. The poorly scaled plastic scythe on the table. That's just from the retail store that always pops up this season. It's classic, though. What did I think of the new Deltarune Halloween illustration? I'm not sure I even saw it, to be honest. Is that the one where Ralsei's wearing like a cake dress? Was that it? I saw that one. Yes, I did see it. It was cool. I didn't look at it for very long though, because I don't remember the details. I should look at it more. Hang on, I'm gonna go play Chapstick. Ralsei just likes dresses, it's true. Chris was smiling? Oh, that's pretty cute. Let me find it actually, I want to see that now. Deltarune Halloween. It was like an anniversary thing, right? Because the Deltarune Chapter 1 dropped on Halloween, I think? Did I make that up? I think it dropped on Halloween. Okay, searching Deltarune Halloween illustration does not really help. There's a lot of those. And they're not canon. Deltarune Halloween anniversary illustration? Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, Chris is smiling with a little vampire fang. Little one Midna fang poking out there. I guess I'll show it on stream.
Yes, I guess I will. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, if RAM just crashed, you gotta put that in the bug reports channel of the Xylem server. I'm not gonna be doing live RAM debugging. Ralsei is just dressed as like a strawberry cake. What an absolute fruit he is. Adorable. Wait, Chris is holding the bird cage? Oh, for fuck's sake. They had to give it dark implications. They had to make it lore relevant. Chris holding a fucking bird cage. What even is that star inside it? Why is there a star in there? What does it mean? God damn it. It's a dark candy. Oh, you're right, you saved it. But still, it's a bird cage. Fuck. That means it's probably lore relevant. Molly was right. Not that I didn't think that she was right, but I was kind of hoping that the bird cage somehow wouldn't be important and it would just I know it's a thematic candy bucket, but like they're holding a bird cage, my dude. I'm devastated. Not really. I'm not actually that upset or upset at all. It's just like that seems to be ominous actually. Anyway.
Can you say that? Can you say that?
Yeah, 100% Deltarune. I'm hoping for Deltarune like fucking within the first couple months of 2025. Really. I think like end of 2025 is not going to be too exciting. The game it's just like LQA importing. It's just LQA importing. It can't possibly take that much longer. It can't possibly take that long. It would be better if Susie didn't have a candy bucket, implying that she just eats the candy directly with the wrapper. I think that would be funny, yeah. I would have loved if it came out in October, though. I've said this often, but to me, October, or the fall in general, is like... That's Undertale Deltarune season. That's when the Toby Fox shit goes down. The Game Maker's new thing is still not fucking complete. I'm killing them. I'm killing them. I'm going to Game Maker HQ. Next time, I'm going to GDC next year. I'm going to find the Game Maker team. I'm gonna slap them around. I'm gonna be like, you delayed Deltarune. You know, shape up, try harder. I'm gonna put him in the meat grinder. Although, on the other hand, I am actually very happy that it's guaranteed that Deltarune won't just, like, snipe the release date of RAM. Because that would suck. We already lucked out, actually. We had Path of Exile launching on almost, like, very close, like, within a week of RAM. And that was the one game we were worried about would be interfering with our release, but that actually got delayed. And so, like, we're in the clear now. For sure, no Deltarune. No Path of Exile. For sure, no Call of Duty will be announced and shadow dropped on that day, like happens occasionally, probably. Surely nothing bad will happen. RAM will make $1 million. Probably not, but it'll make a few. I don't want to get talking into like RAM financials right now. Yikes. Games are more fun when they're not supposed to make money. That's all I'll say. RAM needs 100 posts on E621, otherwise it's a failure. That's true, that's true. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading the fic. Petrified from her attire, Asriel lifts a shaky finger at Susie. Oh my god, it's a monster! Everyone in the room gives a confused expression at Asriel. Let me rephrase. He returns to his exaggerated pose. A scary monster, with a nice sprite. Nice save, Azzy. Pizza Pants elbows him. Thanks, guys. Susie gives a smirk, says with a smirk. I was worried I wouldn't, what do you mean? I was worried I wouldn't have the time to win this myself. That goes hard, Susie. That goes hard, by the way. Chris looks to Susie.
Don't forget the box.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. And you guys are scary too, I guess.
She eyes the red and green, and the red guy and the green dino dude.
Psst, Chris.
She leans to them with a hushed tone.
I can't remember this other guy.
Dude, we played the game like 2 days ago.
Chris isn't whispering.
No, I mean the guy.
Susie and Chris look at Pizza Pants, who raises an eyebrow in response. Chris gets the slightest upward curl of the mouth as they stare at Pizza Pants.
Oh, him? His name is...
Pizza Pants' eyes grow wide in the realization of Chris's power at this moment. He starts breathing heavily, his face shrinks, and he's sweating, cat sweat, specifically in the places where his now shrunken face has made room for.
His name's Pete.
Chris says with a smirk.
Ah, okay.
Susie's eyebrows remain squared, trying to process what the hell is going on. What the hell is going on here? Gotta start knocking on doors here in the robo-fucker community. Olivia knows what it takes to make it in the robo-fucker scene. It's a competitive market, probably. Chat, discuss who's the hottest robot while I continue to read the fic. Yeah, spend your time doing that. As Chris continued making pie crusts, creaking stomps came from the stairs nearby. Toriel rounds the corner and spots everyone in the living room. Oh, I didn't hear you two come in. He steps into the kitchen, getting a better look at the boys' costumes. What an adorable pairing. She giggles behind her hand. Okay, this Toriel doesn't hate Pizza Pants. Okay, what do we got? All of them. Steel toe. Task manager. I'm assuming that's a fairly... It's not an uncommon opinion. The Aegis in Persona 3. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Aegis and Xenoblade for a second. I don't know who that is in Persona 3. The Evangelion Evas, that works. If you're into MILFs. The thick one from the Jetsons. I can kind of picture it. Zero is canonically hot from Mega Man. Okay. GLaDOS? Yes, okay. I get it. Hachi for the girl lovers. Devlos for the guy lovers. Rotor for the real ones? Okay. I think Zero is the winner. So Zero for Mega Man is just canonically the hottest robot ever. Also Freddy Fazbear. Okay. I know the computer from Don't Hug Me I'm Scared is a registered Tumblr sexy man. Tahu is hot? We got some Bionicle rep. Okay, I was wondering if those would show up. Pidge ships Zero with Sigma. Excellent. No, I think the computer also is a Tumblr sexy man. They're just both, for some fucking reason. Don't read that. I raise you, don't type that. Zero has a relationship with 6 canonical people, one of which is human. Holy fuck. Zero fucks. All iterators, like 5 Pebbles and Moon. Both of them hot. Okay. God damn! Looks to the moon. Blue bow. I hope you mean the can, by the way, not the puppet. To be a real iterator fucker, you need to be into the can. Anyway, okay, this has gone on for too long. This post was approved by real iterator fucker patriots. What an adorable pairing. She giggles behind her hand. Azrael has his glowing smile and Pizza Pants sinks back into a sour expression. Toriel finally spots Susie in full costume. It looks like our hard work has paid off, Susie. You look wonderful all put together like this. Toriel looks to the counter. Oh, Chris, thank you for your help. You should join us in your costume. Chris nods, finishes pressing the second pie crust into the pan, and rinses their hands before darting off up the stairs. Chris making pastries is kind of endearing, actually. I hadn't pictured that before. No, like, I know what kind of AO3 tags exist. I've looked at what what is it called? Rain World, the fanfiction scene looks like. I do that sometimes. I finish a game, then I just, like, I see what's going on the AO3 front. And yeah, there's a lot of interesting tags on Rain World. Chris nods, finishes pressing the pie crust, etc. With a pause in conversation, the group takes a closer look at Toriel's costume. She's wearing a long black robe with purple cloth tied around the waist acting as a belt. Small glass bottles of various colors are tied with string on the cloth. She also has a hat with its own purple belt accessory. Mandatory mom witch cosplay. Always mom witch. It's required. Yeah, this is definitely an outfit description, by the way. Oh, yeah. No candy yet. We can assume it's nighttime. It's fucking Halloween. Nothing bad or evil has happened so far. I like mechanical beings, just a little bit, says chat. Excellent. What does character is renamed mean? Oh, I think it's... Calling Pizza Pants Pete probably counts, actually. I think that's probably supposed to be Pizza Pants fodder. We're back to the lyrics music now. Where is that? Okay, we're pretty strong on the bingo card. Hal 9000 is hot. He's got to be on the Tumblr sexy man list, right? Like, Hal is just like man GLaDOS. That's kind of the concept, so he's probably on there. Okay, where was I? Asriel shakes his head. Mom, you can't keep wearing the witch costume every year. You see what I mean? Well, Asriel, this year I have something special to go with the costume. Besides, I didn't stop you from digging up that dinosaur costume you used to love so much. Even if you are not wearing it yourself. As Toriel giggles behind her hand, Pizza Pants tries to shake off the attention, and the heat from his face at the realization that he is in Asriel's costume. Guy!
Wait, there's something new. You practice your alchemy or something?
Pizza Pants points to the bottles. Close, but not quite, Toriel says with a smile. Stepping backward to the kitchen counter, she grabs a cookbook from the standee. Is a standee a word? I've never seen that. I've been practicing my conjurings. Would you like to see? Everyone leans in for a better view, as Susie's rapidly bobbing her head up and down in excitement. Toriel's smile retracts into a serious face, with her gaze drifting over recipes for pastries. She closes her eyes and slightly raises her head. Dulce fermentum revelate. Sweet fermentation? I don't know what this shit is. I can't think of any riffs. Okay, chat. We need new music again. Back to Signalis, why not? Yeah, no one said Mediton. Snubbed. Neo spammed them though. Okay, one person said Mediton. Mediton when he was the rectangle. Okay. Oh, and now people realize that Elster from Signalis is a robot. Now we're playing Signalis music. Like, wait, she's a hot robot. I forgot. Am is hot? Okay, let's not. I don't want to go there. I'd fuck a guitar. Okay. Replicas don't count. They're too human. What's... Okay, fine. It's just your opinion, man. Optimus Prime? Okay, I'm curious. Is there must be like a Transformers, like a deep fandom where they ship like Optimus Prime and Megatron together, right? There has to be some angle to that. It's probably like a Mega Man and Starscream, right? That's probably the biggest ship in the fandom. Like 100%? Oh yeah, yeah. Pidge knows about Transformers, yeah, okay. The new movie has that? Wait a minute, Michael Bay is a Transformers shipper? The fandom, oh. The Latin says, sweet corn, reveal yourself. Wait, corn is fermentum? Actually, why would there be a Latin word for corn? Corn didn't exist in Europe until they got it from America, right? Why does Latin have a word for corn? I found a plot hole. They actually invent new Latin words. Who? The Vatican? Who does it? So they just make up new Latin. Why don't they just take loan words like a real language? Huh. She quickly moves her hand from behind her back toward the dining room table, where a small glass dish slides to a stop. It's full of candy corn. Oh, not sweet corn, candy corn. Like Homestuck. Toriel stands tall, holding the cookbook close to her with a big grin. Pizza Pants is at a loss for words.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff, I think. Yeah, yeah.
His eyes drift toward Toriel, but get caught on Susie's befuddlement.
Hey, you hid that behind your back and said some fake words.
Susie points an accusatory finger at Toriel, who giggles behind the cookbook before closing it. Oh my, I've been caught red-handed. She sets the book down with a shrug. Oh well, back to the basics then. With the snap of a finger, she points to her hat before lifting it to reveal the base of one of her horns. With a free hand, she unhooks the candy cane lying there to present to the purple lizard. There are no words to describe the earth-shattering levels of amazement sculpted on Susie's face. A candy cane? During Halloween? The fuck are you playing at? Oh, I know about Toho, Floppy Poof. I have Mel to tell me about Toho. Which, yeah, it sounds like Discworld, basically. With a snap of a finger, she points... Oh, no, I read that. Asriel is unenthused. Oh, that's a little out of season. Oh, Noel came by a little while before you boys arrived. And you know how these things always come with the holidays. So in this canon, the holidays just do Christmas for every holiday. And in previous canon, the holidays just celebrate every holiday the most of anyone in the town, which I guess is a valid reading, in theory. Toriel swings the candy cane around. Pizza Pants' wit finally catches up to him.
Wait, there was a party we missed? Because I can't stomach any more leftovers.
Everyone looks at the myriad of baking supplies and ingredients lying on the kitchen counter.
Figuratively, I mean.
Nice save, Pizza Pants, says the narrator. ICP for president? No, that would be Homestuck. Everyone looks at them. Okay, Asriel turns to Pizza Pants. Every Halloween, the library hosts some event for anyone who shows up. Noelle's probably volunteering for Read and Treat this year. Toriel's eyes light up. Ah, Chris sent me a picture from her. Let me show you. Toriel conjures her phone from a pouch in her belt, slides her glasses on her snout, and slowly retrieves the photo from her text conversations. It's Noelle in a white and gold sweater. This is as autumn as her wardrobe gets. the meme comes to mind where like Noelle is crying because it's autumn or something. I forget. It was a good one. Pretend I knew what the meme was. She stands behind Birdley, turning toward the camera from his book sorting. That used to be my job. I was literally Birdley chat. He looks like some smug lawyer type in an old-timey coat and accessories. Pizza Pants laughs to himself and elbows Asriel.
Hey, nice jabbit. What's a jabot? A jabot? Look at the brooch.
I don't know what that is, Pizza Pants. No one mentioned 2B as a hot robot? Apparently all the robo-fuckers disqualify anything that looks too much like a human. Doesn't count, they say. Too human. I mean, 2B is more human than Elster, even. She just looks like a woman. A jabot is a necktie for people in the Enlightened period. Huh. Oh, it's the shit that Edgeworth wears? The frilly shit? I see. Oh, he literally is Edgeworth, probably. That's probably the joke. He's probably literally Edgeworth. It's too bad Mel isn't here. I think they have a lot of opinions on the robo-fucker community. Maybe. I'm not actually sure about that. I feel in my heart of hearts that Mel would have opinions. Cousin's partner named 9S. Yeah, that... Like, bro named himself after the robot. Like, there's no other way that panned out. Like, that is just the robot. Anyway, Asriel rubs his arm. Maybe you'll get a kick out of Chris's costume. I'm pretty sure they're a vampire this year. Oh, maybe they... At the mention of this name... name cues a rumble from the stairs. And the arch of a leaping shadow before hitting the ground. Chris stands tall in an awesome, muscular costume of a cape-wearing, horn-masked, yellow-logoed superhero. Horn mask, yellow logo. Cape wearing. With horns. The yellow ellipse logo has A. Chris scribbled on it. Why don't I get it? Is it Batman? He's kind of got pointy ears. Who has a horn? Awesome Chris. This is a reference to something I don't get clearly.
Awesome, Chris.
Susie lets out with excitement.
I promise I won't reveal your secret identity.
She says to them with an elbow to their side. Chris's smirk grows and grows. They're the best butt-kicking, smartest, villain-hunting vigilante in all of Hometown, even if they're kind of the only one. Asriel laughs too, to himself, before speaking up to Chris. You know, you don't have to spend half your allowance just to wear a cape and some eyeliner. Losing the voice, Chris's joy immediately returns to their usual stone-faced scowl. Pizza Pants turns to Asriel.
Now, they wanted that utility belt. Vampires don't get those.
The boys giggle to themselves. Chris has had enough.
I don't need a belt, and the cape's cool.
They're pointing at themselves with their thumb.
I'm a grown man. I can be whatever I want to be.
A new level of silence this house had never heard before stills the air. Everyone around Chris is stunned at the words that just bounced around the walls of the room.
Man isn't the human guys that calm down. Seriously, stop being weird about it.
The entire room exhales in unison. Toriel and Asriel stand by the kitchen countertop with rolled sleeves preparing pies for the later in the evening. Pizza Pants, Susie, and Chris are on the couch watching Channel 55, SPR 1 to 10 horror movie marathon, which is a thing. This is like a lot of Halloween prep, a very, very long period of Halloween prep. Where are we? Pizza Pants shakes his head away from the empty space he was staring at, hearing the music from the TV.
Oh man, I love this one. Have either of you seen this before?
Susie stares blankly at the screen.
Nah, I don't think so. It's all old stuff anyway. They won't show anything cool until the little kids go to bed.
It's probably the Great Pumpkin. Chris nods as best they can in their fully slouched posture.
What? Old?
Pizza Pants recoils a little bit as the title text rolls into the frame.
Strange Meadow Lurker has one of the best performances in the Jacking Oofs.
What? Okay.
In Jacking Oofs' whole career in horror film. Well, if you like him so much, why don't you marry him?
Susie says with a smirk. Pizza Pants shakes his head at the dismissal of horror film history.
He's not my type.
He rolls his head so Asriel is in his view. Asriel tips the milk carton forward toward the measuring cup, and only a drop comes out. He looks at Toriel. Mom, we're out of fish milk. I mean, do we have any more milk, Mom? Huh? Is that the only carton of milk? That's why I'm asking you. Asriel replies. The two pause in a moment of realization. Oh, I thought I could have waited another few days to get groceries. Toriel stops whisking the bowl in front of her to check the containers on the counter. Would you mind running an errand for me, Asriel? Sure, me and Pete could run up to the store and back. Wee. Red alert, let that sink in, flashbacks. Do not let Asriel and Pizza Pants go to the store together. Asriel looks at the couch. Hey, Pete, you mind a trip to the store? Pizza Pants' eyebrows scrunch up.
What do I look like, your personal butler?
No, I mean with me. Asriel clarifies. Pizza Pants' face relaxes as his mouth shrinks a little.
Oh, sure, it's getting a little warmer here anyway.
He trails off. Overhearing the prospect of going out and killing time outside, Susie's head pricks up.
Hey.
She nudges Chris while looking at Toriel.
Can you go outside too and cockblock these guys? I mean, go outside too. We'll be all responsible, like.
Toriel looks over her shoulder with a raised eyebrow, only to see Chris and Susie already assuming an upright posture with a wide, toothy grin. No, you have the responsibility of helping me hand out treats for tonight. She smiles as the two slouch back into the couch with a groan.
Nah, sorry, Chris. I thought it'd work this time.
Susie sinks even further into the cushion. Asriel and Pizza Pants approach the front door. Wait, they don't get to go trick-or-treating? They have to go hand out the treats? Did they age out? Devastating. Toriel is her son's wingman, the polar opposite of other fic Toriel. Where are we? Everything's purple. Asriel and Pizza Pants approach the front door. Oh, yeah. Well, Toriel turns and faces them. The library event has never gotten many visitors, so if you two would like to go give Noelle and Birdie a visit, I wouldn't oppose, she says with a smile. A brief moment of astounded eye contact. Or after a brief moment of astounded eye contact, Chris and Susie almost break the door down.
Oh boy, can't wait to hang out with Birdley.
Cruzy's, not Cruzy. That I pretended I didn't say that. Susie says.
What are you waiting for? Let's go already.
Susie says as Chris and she leans into the door. Asriel chuckles. We'll be back. We'll be back, he says, in the bad approximation of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Toriel smiles and waves them off. Chris, do call when you get there. Oh, and they're invited to visit if their parents give permission. Chris nods as they race Susie to the end of the driveway. Alright, this is a slow burn. We're getting there. The plot's picking up now. Freudian slip. Honestly, that's probably because people far enough back in the servers, like the Discord server's lifespan, used to actually have heated arguments about fucking fun gang shipping, and it's stuck in memory now like a scar. What is the economic state of hometown? How can the bourgeoisie holidays and petit bourgeoisie dreamers have so much wealth, able to go to college, but Pants is in poverty? We need any Austin to evaluate it. I know you were joking, it's okay. I'm not even talking about the Crizel thread. I'm talking about like the people who act like you personally killed their family if you say that Cruzy won't be canon in the end or something like that, or Crizel won't be canon in the end. Either or that they won't be in a polycule. Anyway, just pick your poison, and picture someone who will react hysterically if you don't agree with that. That's kind of what shipping discussion is like sometimes. Doesn't really happen anymore. That was in the past. We purged them. I think that's just how small towns work, isn't it? You have like the wealthy old family who has political power by association. I think that's just kind of what happens. Okay. Chapter 2, Mission Assigned. Go to the fucking library like nerds and have Halloween library activities. Also, get milk. As the group trails the sidewalks of hometown, cliques of families, kids in costume, birds outside, flowers are blooming, teenagers, and everything in between litter the driveways and lawns of the neighborhood. Asriel looks over to Pizza Pants. Some nice costumes this year, right?
Yeah, some of these guys get better every year. Look at her serve.
I was just like, wait, did he say what I think he said? I think he said what I think he said. Pizza Pants motions to a girl in a stereotypical 50s diner outfit. He hands the person she's walking with some candy on a dinner plate. Asriel shakes his head. That's creepy, dude.
Hey, creepy's the whole point of Halloween.
Pizza Pants says with an elongated jaw. Not like that, Asriel blurts out to Pizza Pants' laughter. He's going the Beetlejuice route. I would not say that out loud personally. That seems like something that shouldn't be said out loud, outside of internet spaces. Jesus. Oh, it's supposed to be a joke, because it's the 50s. I thought he just said that for no fucking reason. But it's because she's dressed as like a waitress, like serving. You get it? I missed the joke and thought it was just a really fucking out-of-pocket comment. That makes a bit more sense. Looking back, Asriel notices Chris and Susie making equally idle conversation. The costume's combination of shadowy vigilante and grim reaper don't seem to match at all, besides their low visibility. At least Chris is having fun. Flashy cape, expensive mask, and even foam muscles to boot. Susie's costume was just as impressive too. With the hood up, Susie's hair is out of the way, but the combination of her bangs and the hood cover her face. But now that they were out of the light, you could see the glow-in-the-dark face paint illustration of a skull around her snoot. No doubt Toriel's handiwork. The same goes for everything else made from thrifted jackets and some cut-up cloth. And those boots, I don't remember Toriel ever wearing those. You know, they must be from a different time altogether.
Could you stop staring? It's creeping me out.
Susie breaks Asriel's train of thought. He shakes his head. Oh, sorry. I get a little detail-oriented sometimes. The Spring in Your Step song just starts playing in his head. He loses consciousness.
What, are you a painter?
Susie smiles at herself. I'm a photographer, actually, Asriel says with a tinge of pride.
Okay.
Pizza Pants snorts.
Nice job not being a creep, Azzy.
This double whammy has shattered Asriel's ego. Damn, it's like an ayahuasca trip. His bottom lip almost quivers as he continues to walk aimlessly. Pizza Pants waves his hand in front of Asriel's face.
Azzy, I didn't mean it.
No, I'm not a creep. I'm a weirdo. You said it yourself. Pizza Pants put his hand on Asriel's shoulder.
No, you're my creep.
Asriel looks back at Pizza Pants with puppy dog eyes. Really?
Yeah, you're the best weirdo I could have asked for.
I thought I was a creep.
No, you're a weirdo.
Chris and Susie snicker behind the two. Susie leans into Chris.
Do you think they listen to Radiohead? I mean, Chris, is your brother always like this?
Chris shoots an index finger into their mouth.
Gosh, this is the most romantic I've seen them get.
This is romance?
Clearly. No wonder Susie isn't picking up on Noelle's advances. She isn't familiar with, I don't know, gay fanfiction tropes or something. No wonder. Chris shrugs.
I don't know. They're always going out to the forest and stuff.
What do you even do in the forest, alone?
Take pictures.
Oh.
Susie knows when not to pry.
Yeah, and they showed some to me and my mom a while back.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'll show one to you.
Ew, Chris, I want to see... Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Spectacular double entendre. It's like she's some kind of anime protagonist who is oblivious and get into Yuri. Yeah, kind of like that. Her mind immediately goes to Gex, but doesn't understand basic flirting. Does that check out? I feel like that rings a bell. With how I've heard some relationships described anyway, but... Chris flipped their phone to Susie, revealing Pizza Pants in a heroic pose. It's a surprisingly high quality photo, given the duo that produced such an image. With a few more steps, the group finally arrived at the library. Susie swung the doors open.
Hey, nerds,
Susie yells for the attention of the teens behind the table. Both Noelle and Birdley spin to their entrance. To the entrance. Noelle's face lights up. Susie, what are you doing here? Susie throws her hands behind her head as she walks to the table.
Well, me and Chris figured you'd be bored, so I wanted to drop by.
Susie motions her arms to slap the back of Chris, but she just wafts the air beside her.
Chris, what?
Chris is standing at the doorway with the boys. Asriel leans down to Chris. Chris, what's up? Chris looks at Asriel with what must have been a scowl before grabbing Pizza Pants' arm and shuffling aside.
Oh, God.
Pizza Pants prepares for whatever this is and leans down to Chris. They begin whispering something in Pizza Pants' ear.
Yeah, buddy. What? Hit me? Oh, yeah, alright. I'll see what I can do.
Pizza Pants stands up before Chris scurries off to the rest of the gang. Zaganga. Asriel looks confused. What was that?
I have no idea.
Pizza Pants' cheeky smirk and raised eyebrows say otherwise. Asriel rolls his eyes. Whatever, the store's right over there. Fun fact, by the way, sometimes I just gesticulate wildly if I do the Pizza Pants voice. It's part of the voice, like waving my hands around. Asriel holds the door open for Pizza Pants to walk inside the store. It truly exudes the Halloween spirit. Cobwebs everywhere, a weird puddle at the front. I'm not giving Sans the benefit of the doubt. and a single orange balloon bouncing around the ceiling of the store. It had a skeleton face on it. The store's owner greets them.
Happy Halloween. Nice costume.
Pizza Pants takes a step forward.
At least I am in costume.
I am, see?
The man points to a green visor on his head.
I'm an accountant.
Ezreal stands next to Pizza Pants. I thought you were a cashier, he says with a smirk. I would have thought that he was running a roulette table or something, but the expression on the man behind the counter doesn't change.
That's just my day job. Every year I gotta be an accountant.
How is it?
Pizza Pants speaks up.
Pretty good. Accounting's all about balance, you know? With 2 L's.
The skeleton's perpetual smirk is unwavering.
So, for tonight, I'll make sure your accounts are balanced by giving me money when you want candy or something.
He looks up to the corner of his vision to give room for his punchline to land.
Okay.
Pizza Pants' comment leaves the silence to fill the room.
So, are you buying anything?
Azrael shakes his head. Oh, yeah. Azrael grabs a basket and starts placing groceries in it. Milk, butter, eggs. He puts in a 3 Musketeers for good measure. He turns to Pizza Pants. Branded chocolate bar.
You are going to be sued for this.
3 Musketeers, it's weird how chocolate bars are just like combinatoric, versions of each other. Like a 3 Musketeers is literally a Mars bar with no caramel. It's the same thing. And a Mars bar is a Snickers with no peanuts in it, right? They're just tiny variations. An O. Henry has the wafer and the chocolate and the peanuts. The Snickers doesn't have the wafer. A Wonder Bar has the peanuts ground up into sort of paste inside. It's all the same company. Yeah, it's probably coming from the same factory floor. You want anything? It's on me this time. Ooh, Big Spender Azzy is gonna buy his boyfriend a chocolate bar at 7-Eleven. That's like middle school Riz. I'll buy you a candy cup at 7-Eleven. It's on me, babe.
Oh,
Pizza Pants quickly throws a payday into the basket. I don't even know what that is. That's like an American one. I don't even know what's in that. You know what would be really funny in a Halloween context is some like weird chocolate bar, like Big Turk. Like the Turkish Delight one that like no one ever gets. And you have someone just handing out like miniature Turkish Delight bars. Payday has no chocolate, just caramel and nuts. So it's a Snickers, but you take the chocolate off, you see? I have a chocolate bar next to me. I'm gonna eat it now because they're making me jealous. Yeah, Turkish Delight bars are a thing. Chewing. Made it. Okay. That's how long it takes to chew one Wonder Bar. Cherry Ripe. Haven't heard of that either. Milka. So many foreign chocolate bars. Surely there's a Canada exclusive chocolate bar. There has to be at least one, right? How would I know what it is, though? besides going to America and not finding the chocolate bar? M&M's? Oh, wait a minute. Smarties, right? Aren't Smarties something else in the States? I think Smarties are Canadian. For reference, a Canadian Smartie is like a flat M&M. It's basically the same thing as an M&M. Yeah, so Smarties, American Smarties, are what we call rockets. They're like the little candy chalk pellets that come in a cylinder. Those are rockets. And Smarties are like M&Ms, but we also have M&Ms, which are very slightly different. Ooh, back with Schubert. Love it. They're probably healthier? They're made of chocolate and sugar. I'm not sure why they'd be healthier. Oh, and Coffee Crisp, you're right. Coffee Crisps are like, they're middling. I often traded them with my brother. My brother really liked the Coffee Crisp, so it was kind of the thing that you would... I didn't hate Coffee Crisp, but I would trade it to him for better stuff. Because he's allergic to peanuts too, so he'd have to give away all his peanut candy, and so we'd give him Coffee Crisps in exchange for that, and that's kind of how it worked. Yeah, like, none of this has good chocolate. It's gonna be like the cheapest shit. It's mostly candy by mass. I swear a while ago, like maybe last year or 2 years ago, it felt like every candy bar just got worse. And this year they seem alright again. I don't know if they got better. I don't know why they'd get better, or if I just got used to it. I don't really eat chocolate bars aside from on Halloween, so I get a reference like once every year. But I'm glad they don't all seem to taste bad anymore. I guess that's good. I mean, I'm all for unconventional candies, Pidge. Like, I'm here evangelizing molasses toffees rather than chocolate. Chocolate also gives you acne, or at least it does me. I think that's a thing. If you eat too much chocolate, you get pimples, which is annoying. And Babe Ruths. I don't know if we have those. Those sound very American. Toblerone's worse? Dude, Andrew Hussey is in shambles. Yeah, I know that Cadbury is like the good British chocolate. They make the good chocolate, right? Yeah, Cadbury is the brand you get like the nice, the fancy Easter eggs from. That's a Cadbury one. Yeah, you know what's weird? We're going completely off track, but like, there was this weird comment in that Folding Ideas video about the metaverse, and mostly it's about roasting crypto bros in the metaverse, but there was this offhand comment where he just like, Lint truffles taste bad, and that was just stuck to my head because I was like, how could they, what about them is so off-putting to Dan Olsen that he references them tasting bad as if it's common knowledge. Like, I could see just not liking a certain candy, but the way he just references it, like, Lindt is a producer of bad-tasting truffles, like it's a fact. What's bad about Lindt? They're really good. Why wouldn't you like them? I don't get it. I'm just trying to think, why wouldn't you like them? Intellectual truffle. Lint is like the canonical thing that like my family passes around during Christmas. It's like my mom's favorite thing, put it in her stocking, all that shit. I don't know, I just don't get it. It tastes like lard. It tastes like chocolate. I don't get what that means. They're too gooey. You melt it. You don't chew it, you let it melt in your mouth and turn to liquid. You don't chew it. You're all doing it wrong. There was a Lint Cafe? I wonder if that's like... I've been to Ghirardelli's in San Fran, which is like a fancy chocolate place, but they sell this like really thick, fancy hot chocolate there. I wonder if it's like that. How big is my mouth? Is your mouth... What do you... Why are you asking that? Why are you asking me? Hate Ghirardelli. It's chocolate though. You just said you didn't like chocolate, Pidge. But Lindt isn't even... It's like fake... It's not even expensive. It's just like normal chocolate. It's like... I don't get it. It's not more expensive than other chocolate. Twice as expensive as Cadbury. By what? By mass? By volume? What are you comparing it to? I only know truffles. I don't know even what Lindt sells besides bags of truffles. Am I gonna finish this fic? I've been stalling for like hours. There's not really even much opportunity to have Hershey's, up here at least. It's like, you get like the white chocolate cookies and creams one, but I never recall having just like a raw Hershey's chocolate bar. Like I don't really see those, no one buys those. But yeah, closing statement. If you're chewing on a Lindt truffle, just don't do that. Just like hold it in your mouth and let it dissolve, and it'll taste better. Try that. Okay, Pizza Pants has to choose his chocolate bar. He gets... Oh, that's what started all of this. A payday. Into the basket and a pair of novelty plastic vampire teeth. Uh-oh. Asriel doesn't like fangs, Pizza Pants, and then Asriel places the basket on the counter. There's no cash register to be seen. Hiccups again, goddammit. Asriel speaks up. So, can an accountant ring us up? Of course. The skeleton slaps a piece of paper down on the table, grabs a calculator, and slides a green lamp from the side before scribbling down the items from the basket. Various names appear on the sheet. ABC Co., XYZ Inc., etc., before the final tally is entered into the calculator.
That'll be 1536, please.
Asriel grabs a $20 bill and hands it to the accountant, who looks exactly the same.
Don't insult me. I need exact change.
He taps on the paper.
Balance credit, balance debts.
Before Pizza Pants can reach into his pocket, Asriel says, "Give me my goddamn change." If the skeleton had eyelids, he'd be squinting.
You look like I have cash on hand.
He opens a drawer and takes out exact change and scribbles it down. Petty cash, credit 64 cents, and hands it over to Asriel with a smile.
Happy Halloween.
Thanks. The 64 cents really made the difference. Oh, you're right. Yeah, Lindt does sell the chocolate bars, which I've actually bought repeatedly, and I just didn't really register that they were the same thing as the Lindt truffles. But yeah, those are pretty decent. I think I'd occasionally buy one of those because they went on sale for a decent price at a grocery store that I go to often, so... It was mostly a relationship of convenience. Yeah, you're talking about the bars the whole time. The bars aren't as good as the truffles, I'd say. Although I do like the one with the little bits of salted caramel in it. That was good. No, not convenience store. Grocery store. The boys exit the store and begin the return trip. Asriel sifts through the plastic bags. Here you go. Asriel waves the candy bar at Pizza Pants.
Hey, thanks.
Wait, what's this? Asriel shoves his hand back into the bag and reveals the novelty teeth Pizza Pants threw in there.
It's, filleted, you know.
He says ominously, wiggling his eyebrows. Pizza Pants grabs the teeth and puppets a chomping action with them. Asriel stops in his tracks as his eyebrows wrinkle at whatever Pizza Pants is conveying with that performance. Pete, at times you say, you know, and I have absolutely no clue what's going on in that pea brain of yours. Pizza Pants' face is skewered so far back to the side, or skewed so far back in pride, he's almost looking at the moon.
My intelligence knows no bounds, Azzy. You gotta open your mind. Eyes on the inside, eyes on the inside.
Asriel breaks out into a laugh and shakes his head once again. Oh, I love you, you crazy cat.
Right back at you, Azzy.
He steps forward, tossing and catching the vampire chompers in the air. Does anyone have brand recommendations for chocolate-coated orange? I don't. I've in fact never seen that. I know of orange-flavored chocolate, which I kinda like, but not chocolate-covered orange. Chapter 3, Home Again. The hero's journey concludes. Thans was the dragon or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I've never studied the hero's journey. Trick-or-treating came to its end at 8, but the party was the only thing at Toriel's household. Was only starting at Toriel's household. Asriel and Pizza Pants returned to the house filled with the pleasant aroma of pumpkin pie. It's like a nice, wholesome family Halloween party. It's not like the fucking go to some weird basement and get completely hammered Halloween party. They both exist. Toriel would bake the second in time for the group's return. This one is a chocolate pie. I'm not describing what happened to that thing. Chris devoured it like it was their last meal. Except for 1 or 2 pity pieces to share. They had to keep the room for the spoils of the ongoing candy trade. Pumpkin pie, universal during Halloween, I assume. It's just autumn, pumpkins. You gotta have them. My family also does pumpkin pie during Thanksgiving and Christmas. We just like pumpkin pie a lot, apparently. But recall that Canadian Thanksgiving is just mid-autumn, so it's basically the same time as Halloween. Gotta love pumpkin pie. Birdly points at Noelle's candy pile. I'll give you 3 Twizzlers for that dum-dum. You're making it up, Birdly. A dum-dum is not a candy, no way. Susie laughs to herself, much to Birdly's chagrin. Noelle grabs the blueberry sucker from the pile. A blueberry lollipop? Dude, lollipops are like the lowest fucking commodity in the Halloween candy trade. No one wants those. And Birdly's 3 Twizzlers? That's like an infinite money glitch. Birdly is going to cause the mother of all short squeezes. He is the Moass. Susie laughs to herself, much to Birdly's chagrin. Noelle grabs the blueberry sucker from the pile. Okay, here. The trade is completed. Noelle grabs the candy from Birdly and picks a few similar grade candies from the pile before returning to her right. You hate Twizzlers? I fuck with the Twizzler. I like the black ones, of course, because they actually taste like licorice, but the red ones are tolerable. I kind of fiend for a black Twizzler, though. Susie, would you like... Susie's met with Susie's face. I mean, no, I read that wrong. Noelle is met with Susie's face, aimed squarely at the handful of low-tier candy. Susie's aim sways to the side as Noelle moves her hand around. You can have these if you want. She giggles. Susie snaps out of it.
Thanks.
Susie's aim sways aside to Noelle. I'm not reading it. Oh, it's she's being gay? Okay, I get it now, I get it. They taste like cough medicine? They taste like licorice. I've never had cough medicine that tastes like licorice. I'd like cough medicine more. Objection. Birdley snaps his finger at the atrocious deal. I can see gets free candy.
Because I'm gay as fuck, Birdley.
Before Noelle can reply, Chris speaks from their candy sorting.
Birdley, you're arguing over Twizzlers and a double bubble.
Gah! Birdley grasps his right shoulder in pain. Says, you're fucking pathetic, Birdley. Stop nickel and diming. He's not actually in pain. He's in character. That character, however, should get surgery. As the rest of the group laughs, Chris continues to sift through their candy pile, occasionally tossing candy to their friends' piles. York, toss it to Noelle. I don't know what that is. Gum, Susie's chewing a massive wad right now. Sweet tarts. I don't know what that is either. Birdley still thinks these rolls are Smarties. Wait, no, sweet tarts are they're like reskinned rockets, which are Smarties. Yeah, sweet tarts are like different, weirder rockets. Crazy. Mary Jane? Asriel. Wait, is that a chocolate bar, or is Chris getting weed for Halloween? It'd be kind of cool if it's the kind of town where you just get free weed for Halloween, but... York Peppermint, that's a Halloween thing? Those are like Christmas exclusive. I don't even, like, those don't exist outside of Christmas. Who the fuck gives a peppermint patty for Halloween? That's fucked up. A Mary Jane is a real chocolate bar. Peanut butter. Really? Oh, they're the holidays. Oh, I get it. It was actually intentional. Okay. I mean, you can buy them, but, like, you only eat them at Christmas time, surely. Peppermint. Asriel. Whatever this is, Pizza Pants won't mind. Actually, Toriel wanted to sort and divvy up all the candy equally, then have everyone share what they didn't like. But Pizza Pants already poured out a big bowl of the libraries and Toriel's leftover candy before she could say a word. Despite her annoyance, she's happy to see everyone keep up the Halloween tradition. The free market lives another day. Pizza Pants is the savior of the market. I'm eating peppermint patties right now to spite you. Okay, good for you.
Does anyone want some popcorn balls I made earlier? I'll email you a popcorn ball.
Sure. Okay.
Asriel,
Toriel grabs his attention.
now that everyone is settled, why don't you get your camera for a photo? Sure.
Asriel stands and steps to the stairway. Pizza Pants gets up, disregarding whatever candy just hit his arm.
Mind if I join you?
Asriel gives Pizza Pants a confused look.
I wouldn't mind a break from the commotion.
Pizza Pants motions to the table.
Oh, sure.
Asriel and Pizza Pants walk up the steps and enter the first room on the right. Asriel opens the door and paces toward the bed. Pizza Pants lazily pushes the door where only a small sliver of light peeks through. Asriel squats to retrieve the camera from under the bed. Pizza Pants exhales from his nose.
You keep everything under there?
It's a bad habit, I guess.
Asriel stands straight. Okay. Looking at the DSLR.
Sorry for making you deal with all of that. It gets tiring sometimes.
What? Oh, it's no big deal. I just wanted to hang out for a sec.
Asriel gives a slight chuckle before inching forward to the window to bask in the pale moonlight. What is that pale moonlight? That's twigging something. Best not to think about it.
I see.
Asriel's fingers trace the contours of the camera.
Thanks for coming, by the way.
You're always thanking me.
Pizza Pants steps toward Asriel.
Well, I'm the one dragging you out. I'm the one dragging you out on days like this.
Pizza Pants stands behind Asriel and wraps his arms around his waist.
Nothing about you is a drag, Azzy. I'd be sleeping if you didn't wake me up.
Pizza Pants rests his head on Asriel's shoulder. Asriel, with an open arm, cradles Pizza Pants' head for his own to lean against. They both gleam in the spotlight of the full moon. They sway as they embrace each other. Pizza Pants must be holding the two suspenders of Asriel's overalls for support. Mario Yoshi Yaoi. Ooh. Pale Moonlight is said in Guitarzin by Ray Stevens. That's probably not it. Probably not. Oh, it's a quote. Have you danced with death in the pale moonlight? Which might come from Discworld, or maybe Discworld quoting something else. That's it, yeah. But suddenly, more light from the hallway begins to leak into the bedroom with a creak. Asriel turns around, but Pizza Pants is in the way. In addition to the creaking sound, the slight clattering of plastic teeth, and the crawl of an oncoming terror. The breathy, almost vampiric whisper that almost sounds like, Chris?
Haha, Pizza. You are pantsing my brother.
Oh. Oh, I see. Asriel tries to look over his shoulder. What?
Haha, Pizza, you are pantsing my brother.
With a single violent motion, Pizza Pants grasps the sides of Asriel's now unbuttoned overalls and brings them down to ankle level. What you... And all is all that can escape from the mouth of the victim until Asriel's pizza slice patterned boxer briefs are revealed to the open air. His face is so hot it's almost glowing red. God damn it, Chris. You got pants, dude. They conspired to pants him. With the fucking, like a dank Hotel Transylvania meme. Oh, yeah. It was all a build-up to a "you're banging my daughter, ha ha" meme. It was all a build-up.
This is the true male Leb Kitsuragi.
You wrote this at 10 a.m. a month ago. Does that mean you stayed up till 10 a.m. or you just woke up moderately early to write it? Alright, there's one more. It's kind of long though. Okay, I gotta power through it, but I can do it. I can make it. Sweets and Small Talk by Smash Mania. Take a break. I mean, I'll take a break to eat this molasses candy I have lying here. That sounds like a break to me. I'm gonna be chewing for a while. It's just raw molasses. Why don't I fucking play piano while I do this? I don't know. No, it's a dumb idea. It's not gonna take that long. It's gonna take longer if I do that. Talking about favorite candy. I think if I had to pin it down to like one brand name candy, I would say Goodies, which I don't know if they exist in anywhere but here. Who knows? They are small, pill-shaped, candy-coated thingies full of like licorice jelly. They taste like licorice. I can go through a bag of those guys. You're thinking of goobers. Oh. Not goodies, goobers. Don't get confused. Why is it pronounced like that? Licorice? I don't know. So you just don't question these things. Okay, we're back. If we're going outside of brand names, though, saltwater toffees are really good. But those seem to come in different shapes and forms. It's more of like a genre of candy, and I think some are better than others, but I've had really good saltwater toffees. It's that one song. Turn up for Chopin. Author's note. Azriel is home from college for Halloween weekend, and he, alongside Pizza Pants, decides to help hand out treats for all of the trick-or-treaters in hometown. This fic was made. Anyway. This fic was made out of a desire to do literally anything festive this Halloween, so I thought it would be fun to do a story set during Halloween, especially since it's related to a game that celebrates its birthday that day. And while I'm not brimming with confidence over my writing style, I can only hope that those reading will enjoy it as much as I did writing it. Only things worth noting are that A, this fic doesn't have a concrete placement in the game's timeline outside of Azriel was at college for a while, and B, Pizza Pants' full name in this fic is Bartholomew B. Riches, but prefers to go by Barry. Usually they drip feed that to you. Okay, did anything happen in the last fic, by the way? Nothing really happened much. There's lots of candy. But never an Umris reference. They fumbled that, actually. They had Birdly in the room, but no Umris reference occurred. Yep, nothing I can do with this one. Yep, Halloween is Deltarune's anniversary. Hence why Deltarune is inherently Halloweeny. Toby Fox is like a Halloween elemental, I think. If I had to assign Toby Fox like an element, it would be, or like a season, it would be Halloween, you know? He definitely thrives in that atmosphere. Okay. It's a name I used for him in my last two fics, but though I thought it wouldn't hurt to specify it here too for when it occasionally pops up in the fic proper to avoid confusion. With that being said, happy Halloween, happy 6th Deltarune anniversary. Hooray. Yeah, the Halloween hack, yeah. Wait, how do you know that Birdly was Von Karma, not Edgeworth? Does Edgeworth not have a brooch? This is turning into its own Phoenix Wright case. I don't want to think about it. Yeah, the actual release of Deltarune Chapter 2 is interesting. I heard about it from some old server that had been inactive forever since my, like, Undertale fan game days. And immediately I was notified. And just kind of had this, like, stupefied, surreal kind of mindset, just staring at this thing and being like, oh god. That's something. That's gonna be something. I just had this numbness, not knowing what to make of it exactly. And I still didn't know what to make of Chapter 1 for, like, years after I played it, actually, until Chapter 2. Oh, clutching his bullet. Oh, yeah, the shoulder clutch. Okay, I forgot that part. I did play the game, but that was a while ago. Do you believe in Van Kam, huh? That's a bit of a stretch. The Dreamer household was in prime autumn spirit. Decorative wax gourds lined the countertop. A wreath adorned with amber leaves and pine cones hung upon the front door, and an empty pie tin littered with stains and crumbs of what had been lovingly baked pumpkin pie sat on the stovetop. In the middle of the remarkably festive living room stood Toriel, donning a crooked pointed hat, mom witch, black waistcoat, and a satin dress in an attempt to put together the most elegant interpretation of a witch she possibly could. She stood in contrast to Chris, who was resignedly waiting for their mother to finish adjusting the felt ears and limp tail on the matching fleece black cat onesie she had them wear. You'd think Chris would be all for putting on cat ears. Kid's a furry for sure.
And there you go. Oh, you look so precious in that costume, Chris.
Yeah, sure, can't wear something cooler.
Green Chris. Weird. Chris asked, brushing aside the odd strand of hair poking out from beneath the hood.
Oh, do not worry about that, dear. Your mother thinks you are cool, and that is all that matters.
That's damning. Holy shit! You could use that line in court, in divorce court. Like, okay, maybe Asgore needs some custody, a little bit of custody. Can't just be Toriel. Chris is more of a dog person. Ah, clearly. Well, Chris is more of a goat person, really, but... What was I gonna say? I thought of something. Oh yeah, in Hometown itself, the trees are all perpetually bright autumnal orange. It is a game that is set, like, it is in Halloween stasis. It is always autumn in Hometown, and it will be for years and years as the game continues to be released. It's kind of its own Halloween hack, I think. That's kind of just how it works. They're ever orange. Goats don't have red horns? He's like a, you know, it's like a dragon goat monster. It's like that. One of those. As the two finished preparing for trick-or-treating, a series of thumps reverberated from upstairs. It was Asriel, gingerly descending the stairs while his hands kept a firm and cautious grip on a hand-woven wicker tray lined end-to-end with sweets.
All right, I finished sorting everything, Mom.
Gray Asriel, crazy. I guess it matches shirt and or hair color. Each individual crunch of the wicker from between his palms became louder and louder as he attempted to keep the tray as still as possible.
Oh, thank you so much, Asriel.
Toriel responded joyfully, glancing at the prudently organized assortment of chocolate bars. You organizing that shit on a wicker? Go put it in a bowl. Dump it into a bowl, dude. What are you fussing around for? You gotta get the vat. Candy rope and lollipops in varying shapes and sizes. As she helped Asriel set the treats upon a small wooden stool beside her front door, she turned to him with a smile on her face and a light in her eyes.
You would not believe how proud I am of you for helping hand out the candy this year. Goodness, you've only been back for one day, and yet here you are, about to be the man of the house, while I look after a certain someone. Her beaming grin suddenly turned into a mildly irked glare she sent Chris's way.
Come on, Mom. It was only one time. I won't do it again, I promise.
Chris exclaimed while feverishly scratching the itches from their costume.
Then it is a good thing that I will be there to make sure of that, right, my child?
Did Chris set fire to the holiday mansion as a joke? Like, what happened?
You'll be the man of the house, unlike someone.
Yeah, definitely implied. Music's gone again. Shit. Music's gone. Music's gone. What if you just listen to Rachmaninoff? That'll work, right? It'll probably get a copyright claim, but it doesn't matter. You'd think you'd be safe from copyright listening to classical music, but there's different copyright on the performance than of the composition. So whoever played this and owns the rights to the orchestral performance can actually then copyright claim the stream instead. So it doesn't work. Oh, this is classical. I mean, romantic, but you know, it's classical. It's going to take an hour for it to actually sound like anything because it's not compressed. You'll notice that about classical music, if you listen to it, it's that they don't compress it. The quiet parts are like barely audible, and then it gets loud for 5 seconds, and the rest of the song is barely audible again. Well, this isn't working. The song is playing, but you just can't hear shit. Awesome song, yeah. Okay, not that one. I think some like I could do Toccata and Fugue in D minor, the Halloween one, but that would be kind of distracting. It goes pretty hard. Does anyone have a suggestion? I don't know. Schoenberg. No thanks. Off OST? Oh yeah, that could work. That was part of the OST. The off OST is kind of scary. Okay, skip. There we go. This will do. Who did the off OST? Was that Mortis Ghost? Or is there a second musician? Elias Conrad Coldwood. Ah. It just comes from YouTube. It's YouTube music. But not YouTube music. Did you hear about the Nintendo has its own music service now? For some inexplicable reason known only to Miyamoto himself, they have, instead of putting Nintendo soundtracks on an existing third-party streaming service like Spotify to monetize them, they made their own Spotify that you subscribe to the Nintendo Switch to listen to the like Mario soundtrack. Great idea, Nintendo. Great idea. The only possible way I see this being relevant to my life is if they, if this makes them crack down harder on YouTube uploads of music, which is always what Nintendo already does anyway. But luckily for me, I avoid using Nintendo music in my videos for that reason. Very cool. Okay, more cheat. Chris quietly groaned before looking off to the side of the room, their brow deeply furrowed. Toria let out a soft chuckle until her head suddenly lifted, as if she just remembered something important.
Oh, that's right,
She exclaimed.
where's that special little man of yours, Asriel?
Special little man. Devastating.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's...
Asriel was suddenly distracted by what sounded like a faint, anxious whisper coming from upstairs. He silently turned toward the dimly lit stairwell, his mother and sibling following suit.
You're fine. You got this. You're fine. You got this. Fuck shit. I don't got this. I don't got this. Oh, hi, Miss Dreamer. How's great weather, huh?
Pizza Pants emerged, sweat dripping down his brow, with his hands firmly planted in the sweatpants pockets, so that no one could tell how much they were shaking. Asriel couldn't help but crack a quiet snicker after seeing this normally smug and cocky partner act so frightened just by talking to his mom. It's the let that sink in genetic memories. What was I? No, I wanted the bingo card. There it is. Bodily fluids. And their established relationship is gay. It is in fact gay for men to date men. Okay, we have a candy. That's good. It is Halloween. That's a good start. Strong start. Okay, we're pretty vanilla outside of that. Oh, and an outfit description. Of course. And colored text. Of course. And Chris was there. Holy shit! This fic is optimized. It's a Top Fuel dragster. Okay, don't go on a rant about Top Fuel dragsters. I gotta keep reading the fic. Without a second thought, he threw his arm around Pizza Pants' shoulder, playfully dragging him to his side. Found him. Dude, the gray is like changing my ability to do the voice. I swear, it's actually throwing me off. Pizza Pants was instantly thrown out of his bout of spluttering as Asriel reeled him in, nudging him in return.
On me? What am I demoted to easy to lose trinket?
Asriel simply shrugged with his free arm and patted Pizza Pants' shoulder with the other, his grin still cracked.
No, that would make you homework from the Binding of Isaac.
I've forgotten the voice.
It depends on the day.
How does that even...
Thank you again for offering your help, Mr. Riches. Now you two make absolutely sure that that each child only takes one piece, all right?
Toriel asked with an air of mild concern.
Loud and clear, Mum.
Pizza Pants considered giving a thumbs up, pulling his hand out of his pockets, before immediately slipping it back in, realizing how dumb he would have looked giving one while he was sweating bullets and his eyes still widened from unease.
Yeah, Mrs. Reamer. I mean, Miss Dreamer, huh?
Wonderful. You should be home around 8:30 or so. Oh, and do not think I forgot about this.
Toriel reached over and grabbed a small wooden sign sitting on the beloved living room chair. A group of crude cartoon bats and jack-o'-lanterns surrounded the phrase, "Trick or Treat," in tackily festive font.
How thoughtful it was of you to buy this adorable little sign for tonight. I will make sure to hang it outside the front door for all the trick-or-treaters to see. I mean, I just saw it in the store one day, and I thought it looked nice on the door. All right, have a nice evening, you two. Come along, Chris.
I forgot how much of this soundtrack was like whispering and piss sounds. Nice. It's not, it's just liquid plastic, don't worry about it. It's not even water.
See you, Mom.
Asriel used his free arm to wave goodbye, his other arm still wrapped around Pizza Pants' torso. Pizza Pants himself delivered a meek wave while sporting what could subjectively be described as a facial expression. The moment Toriel shut the door behind them, Asriel suddenly burst out laughing, hunched over as he planted his hands on his knees in an attempt to support himself.
Man, you've really got to calm yourself down around my parents. I was scared you were going to pass out there.
Pizza Pants clumsily stumbled backward as Asriel let go of him, blushing intensely as his embarrassment from earlier continued to linger.
Sorry, dude, I'm just really down bad for your mom. I mean, look, it's just that I'm scared of the way they don't approve of us being a thing, okay?
Pizza Pants belted out, the distress in his voice all the more obvious.
I can't blame a guy for just being cautious, you know?
Asriel chuckled in response as he plopped himself onto the sofa, leaning his head back onto the cushions.
Oh, come on, my mom baked a whole ass pie for you just last week. Let me tell you, she wouldn't do that for just anyone.
Well, yeah, but like...
Also, my dad gave you some of his pickles as a birthday gift, and he doesn't exactly have a lot.
That's sad. You wouldn't eat Asgore's last pickle, would you? Asriel's words left Pizza Pants in a moment of thought. He was never used to having so many people act so welcoming and comforting toward him, or at least without some kind of catch.
Look, just relax, all right? It's only us here, at least until the trick-or-treat has come. But like, you know what I mean?
Pizza Pants closed his eyes and let out a relaxed sigh before walking over to the sofa and carefully crashing into it. He stared off into space with his limbs splayed out all over the cotton cushions, his head landing awkwardly on Asriel's chest.
Thank God.
Asriel mustered up a surprised snicker.
You good?
Xylophone noises. No, not homophobic Toriel. This is Pizza Pants for some reason watched the homophobic Toriel YouTube video and thought it was really convincing, despite there being no evidence that points toward it. And he's now just confronting reality.
Yeah, I'm
running on fumes at this point. You know how it is.
Pizza Pants murmured between series of yawns.
I mean, I know we gotta spend the night handing out candy to a bunch of kids, but just let me have this.
Asriel looked down at Pizza Pants before flashing a grin at him.
Hey, you're the one who used up all of the PTO just to help me give out candy.
His PTO? What's a PTO?
It's not my fault they give me an hour per year.
Oh, paid time off. Paid time off, I get it.
Well then, just know you're in... Well then, just know you're in this for the long haul, sweetie.
Oh, we got like FNAF timestamps. Where'd we start? 6 p.m. They have to last until 8:30.
You won't last 2 hours in the Azzy Pants household.
Watching a theory video on your IRL neighbor. Probably happens in Beverly Hills, I don't know. Do this every day. I live across the house straight from that one guy from Hello Neighbor. I think Matt Pat will enjoy analysing this frame by frame.
The real reason the guy downstairs pisses in the middle of the night and why it matters.
Too true. That guy is me, by the way. Why wouldn't you piss in the middle of the night? Matt Pat roasted the Hello Neighbor creator? Did he? I don't actually watch Matt Pat. I don't know. I know the tweets are a meme, of course.
I think Matt Pat will be very interested in this.
What a fucking stupid game, by the way. Hello Neighbor. I remember Joseph Anderson, for some fucking reason, played it. That was him, right? Joseph Anderson? I think that was him. It's such dog shit. I've seldom seen a game as just aggressively stupid as Hello Neighbor. Like, holy shit, it was bad. It was like an asset flip made by a toddler who just didn't understand how, like, logic worked. It was like an alien mind made... I don't know, it was fucked up. Can't express my disgust with that game.
Alright.
Despite the two having lied on the sofa, anticipating a deluge of trick-or-treaters, not a single knock had sounded since they sat down. I'm calling it. Outside is a dark world. The roaring happened. Everyone else is dead. Pizza Pants, still collapsed from pure emotional exhaustion, slowly tilted his head up to look at Asriel.
You think we started too early?
Maybe most of them haven't started walking around town yet.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe we're just jumping the gun on this.
Pizza Pants simply went back to looking out the window, blankly gazing at the trees that surrounded the house, the scent of cinnamon and clove from the countertop candles filling his nostrils. Toriel would be a scented candles person, wouldn't she? God damn it.
Actually, wait. Why does little buddy need supervision to go trick-or-treating? Like, what, 16? I mean, I haven't trick-or-treated since I was 12. And I was still allowed to just go with my buds at that point.
Oh, yeah. Asriel said he looked over the tray of candy next to the front door.
Last Halloween, they apparently came home with chocolate smeared all over their face. Mom told me that their bucket had nothing in it but massive piles of empty wrappers.
Oh. Like they didn't even set fire to the town hall? That would have been more impressive. Pizza Pants quickly propped himself up in response.
Really? They ate all of their candy before they even got home. What the hell?
Yeah, they got sick and had to stay home from school the next day. Mom was beside herself. That was a rough phone call.
Jeez, man. Oh. I feel bad and all, but like, how many people would even be able to do that without getting sick halfway through?
Asriel let out an exasperated groan, as if the thought alone of doing such a thing made his stomach churn.
Yeah, whenever I did trick-or-treating back at my dorm, my stash would last for months.
Wait, trick-or-treating through the dorms? Wouldn't the halls get crowded with people or something?
Pizza Pants asked quizzically. Pizza Pants asked as he quizzically tilted his head.
I remember when the hometown was bustling with kids all dressed up. I can't imagine some massive dorm packed high to hell. Packed to high hell with students trick-or-treating in narrow-ass hallways.
Is that a thing people ever do? I've never lived in a university dorm. I don't know. Maybe some people do it. Everyone's having parties on Halloween in the dorm, I assume, but... It may be some warped, fucked up version of trick-or-treating. Chris would go crazy on Mischief Night. That's not a thing here that I've heard of. That's like a... We don't have that. You had a pumpkin carving, though. Nice. Chris got the iron stomach perk from Noita. Asriel folded his arms behind his head as he began to stare blankly at the ceiling. He immediately relaxed as the memories of celebrating such a lively holiday in such a tense setting washed over him.
Not really. It was honestly really nice. Not too many people around, but just enough to make the party feel alive, you know? I mean, the place.
Meat noises. Okay, the off soundtrack maybe wasn't the best call. Here we go.
Yeah, I get you. Though let me tell you, tween me could have rock a mean scarecrow costume. All it took was some torn-up denim, some flannel, funny-looking hat, some pieces of straw in my fur.
Asriel began to crack a smirk as he began mockingly patting Pizza Pants on the head.
Yep, it helps to have the brains of a scarecrow, too.
Pizza Pants immediately lobbed a matching smirk back at him and went back to lazing on the couch.
Ass hat.
Yeah, the off soundtrack is not really conforming to the vibe of the fic. I didn't know the last two fics were going to be like incredibly slow burn slice of life things. At this point, both of them knew that Pizza Pants could hurl any insult Asriel's way, but nothing could stop Asriel's affectionate teasing.
Alright then, so here's the question from Mr. Asshat Dreamer. What made you stop trick-or-treating anyway? Felt like too much of a big boy, huh? Big boy, too big for costumes and candy?
Yeah, you're looking at the most mature guy in hometown. After all, working in food service as long as I have would certainly put some hair on your chest.
Yeah, he actually stopped trick-or-treating because he had to work shifts back then, Asriel. Mind yourself. Fucking bougie piece of shit.
Well, yeah, so what have you had to deal with lately?
Pizza Pants scratched his chin as he racked his brain for any noteworthy stories.
Let's see. We had this one guy who tried to set one of the restrooms on fire.
Oh, that was Chris. An arson attempt at Icy's?
Yeah. Anyway, there was this one person who punched a credit card reader till it broke again. And an unidentified person who occasionally comes in and smears marinara sauce on the walls. Blue Ace calls him the Sauce Spectre, by the way. Then there was, Azrael stared at Pizza Pants with his jaw agape as Pizza Pants continued to count on his fingers the amount of bizarre scenarios he'd witnessed with enthusiasm of someone reading out a shopping list. And also the time someone nearly killed a guy. How long have they been dating? There is no way that Pizza Pants has not talked about this. This is like 60% of his life is spent dealing with this. What else does he have to talk about? Being real. It's definitely come up before. Azrael realizes that all of these people are Chris, yeah. The meat noises off the later. Sure, Pidge.
Oh, I just remembered.
Azrael yelled in a desperate attempt to shift the conversation before his stories could somehow get any worse.
The costume I wore last Halloween, I think I still have it buried in my closet.
Huh? You just not want to wear it this year?
Well, maybe it'd be fun to do a whole handout thing while in costume.
Azrael's smile shifted into a coy grin.
Plus, I get to show you my flawless sense of style. Are you okay with me watching the front door while I grab it real quick?
Are you okay with watching the front door? Pizza Pants shook his head in response before shuffling over to the other side of the couch.
Not like there's much else to do right now.
Attaboy.
Azrael rushed over to the stairwell before looking back over his shoulder, back over to his partner, lackadaisically tapping away at his phone.
I won't be long,
Azrael exclaimed, followed by a silent thumbs up from Pizza Pants. Only 4 minutes had gone by before Pizza Pants heard several footsteps rapidly descending the stairwell. Pizza Pants' cheeks instantly ballooned from his vain attempt to conceal his laughter as he gazed upon Azrael's old costume. The top half was Super Mario from the waist up, with a wrinkled polyester shirt and overalls, a felt cap, and a flimsy felt mustache that looked like it could fall off Azrael's muzzle at any second. The bottom half was a Yoshi. Dude, they combined. They did a fusion dance. From the last fic here. What do you mean copyright? What about copyright? I keep choking on the pumpkin seeds. But I keep eating them. Oh, it's because Yoshi was referenced by name. I got a plot cough. Kratos, save me. The bottom half was Yoshi, with Azrael's legs taking up the feet and the rest being composed of a poorly filled inflatables. Yoshi's face was filled with just enough air to stand upright, but not enough to prevent it from looking any less pathetic.
What did I tell you? Flawless sense of style.
Azrael exclaimed, the impishness present in his voice loud and clear. Pizza Pants, trying to choke down the laughter, could barely speak. Anything that could come out of his mouth would just take away from the... It would just take the form of barely audible squeaks, 2 octaves higher than his normal voice at that.
Yeah, looks good.
Azrael, seeing the crumbling mess of a person in front of him, walks back over to the sofa and takes a seat.
You don't have to hold it in, dummy. We both know it sucks.
Okay, thank fuck, was all Pizza Pants could utter before entering a fit of wheezing that rendered him utterly incapacitated. Azrael let out a small chuckle as he reached over and wrapped his arm around his partner's shoulder.
You know, the least you could do is pull yourself together before any trick-or-treaters come by.
All right, I hear you.
Azrael and Pizza Pants alone on the couch, audibly screeching and yowling from outside as the children approach. You used a glue stick to attach a mushroom to your... not a mushroom, a mustache to your face. Yikes. 7 p.m. An hour and a half remains. Another stretch of time had gone by, but yet again not a single knock had graced the door. Asriel's smile started to waver slightly as he began to tap his finger against the armrest from a growing sense of impatience. This was night and day compared to Pizza Pants, still slouching on Asriel's torso, flashing him a tired grin.
Lovely date so far, huh?
Huh? Pizza Pants' words instantly snapped him out of it, breaking through the deep expanse of silence that they followed. He looked back at Pizza Pants, his smile returning to him. What, coming over to my house and sitting on my sofa for the better part of an hour? Sounds like you've really low standards for dates. You think this guy's been in a relationship before? I mean, Pizza Pants shrugged, his hands now in his pockets.
Hey now, we've been on dates that I've organized, because you've seen worse. Also, could you grab me a soda from the fridge real quick?
You gonna get a hold up? What? You gonna get off with me first? Pizza Pants then slithered his way to the other side of the couch, groaning in frustration for having to commit to the back-breaking task that was moving a couple of feet. Arby's date incoming. There you go. Was that so hard? Creaking from the sofa, coupled with the ruffling from Asriel's costume, filled the dead air as he got up. As he reached the fridge, Asriel managed to pull out a single can of store-brand soda that he had that had sat at the back, obstructed by all edges, condiments, and the odd cup of yogurt. He looked back at Pizza Pants, who was sapped of energy to a point where he seemed just as lifeless as the furniture he was lounging on. Asriel simply smiled, shook his head, and plopped the can into his completely limp hand. Anything else, Your Majesty? Pizza Pants didn't even bother looking his way, cracking open the can and giving a quick sip of second-rate off-brand soda.
Nah, my royal servant deserves a rest.
Asriel gave a mocking bow in return before sitting back down next to him.
I'm starting to get like let that sink in vibes, because the whole chapter is Asriel and Pizza Pants sitting on the couch.
Right away, Lord Pizza Pants.
Pizza Pants spluttered as the ensuing snicker nearly caused him to choke on a soda.
What, is that my official title now?
We could always go with Lord Berry or Lord Bartholomew B. Riches, the third Esquire.
I didn't think I'd hear something worse than Lord Pizza Pants, but alright.
They both shared a soft laugh until Asriel looked back at the front door, his mind taking him back to the issue at hand. Not a single person had come yet. His smile began to falter again, a combination of disappointment and the confusion starting to set in. Until...
No, I used to love doing this when I was a kid.
Huh? Asriel quickly turned back to Pizza Pants, who was staring out the window once again. No.
You wanted to know why I stopped trick-or-treating so early, didn't you? Well, that's the reason. For a good few years, I volunteered to be the guy that handed out treats. Felt like I was the man of the house every time.
Pizza Pants gave an uncharacteristically delicate smile, still gazing at what lied beyond the window. As Asriel turned to take a look for himself, he felt hypnotized by the violets and indigos from the twilight sky, and the trees that sat underneath it, the scene outside firmly jutting out amongst the warm oranges and yellows that enveloped the room.
Kept it up for 4 years straight. Sometimes I actually did it in costume. It was great.
What a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, I'm starting to get why you wanted to help me do this. So what happened?
Work happened. Every Halloween since.
Pizza Pants let out a firm sigh before lifting his head back up.
God forbid I go a year without having to make Icy's disgusting Halloween's pizzas.
Icy's what now?
You know, the little pumpkin-shaped candy coins. It's literally just those baked onto a cheese pizza. Like Homestuck.
Icy? I think this was Mel's favorite song from Off. I think I've seen some of those. They haven't kissed yet. No Gaster at all so far. So sad. I think I actually made a It's calling it a song would be disingenuous. I made a experiment in FL Studio that sounded kind of like this. And all it was is you take I think I took a trombone sample, and I just had a sliding filter over it that went from high frequencies to low frequencies, and just by moving the filter around, it kind of creates this sound. It sounds very similar, actually. Asriel winced in discomfort, clutching his stomach slowly at the description of the recipe. Oh my god, that sounds foul.
Yeah, last year old Bluey has got curious and tried a slice. Poor guy could only take a single bite before he doubled over in pain. I heard the hospital bills were, anyway, the point is, the past few years kind of put a damper on things. Still though, this year we've got Halloween to ourselves.
Asriel's gentle smile returned to him, as hearing Pizza Pants' stories about the holiday helped take his mind off things, even if it was only for a moment. You said you were a scarecrow, right? Did you try to stand completely still, and then scare the kids shitless when they tried to take the candy?
Oh, come on. I know I'm not the nicest guy around, but I ain't that heartless.
Asriel slung his arm around one of Pizza Pants' shoulders once more, his head now resting against the other, his tone now donning an aggravating amount of smarminess. Oh, I didn't know you were an even bigger softie than me. I guess even a bold, brave guy like you can still bring yourself to... A sharp ripping sound suddenly filled the room as Asriel thrashed back in pain, his muzzle feeling as if it was jabbed by a dozen needles. Oh, he rubbed his mouth in discomfort. He looked over at Pizza Pants, suddenly boasting an ear-to-ear grin. He was now holding the felt mustache from Asriel's costume, with bits of white fur stuck to the adhesive. Yikers.
Sorry, could you say that again? You were starting to sound kind of muffled with this thing over your mouth.
Asriel rubbed his muzzle, his quiet groaning peppered with the occasional laugh.
Dick move, dummy.
Pizza Pants thoughtlessly tossed the mustache onto Asriel's lap.
Well, you were just sitting there teasing me about how I've gone soft, and, one thing led to another.
Almost as if nothing had happened, Asriel immediately went back to occupying Pizza Pants' shoulder, a hand on one of his head, a hand on one and his head resting on the other. Oh.
Love you, tough guy.
Love you too, softy.
The two didn't have much to do other than sitting around, waiting for the event that anyone came knocking. Asriel stole the occasional glance at the door, the unease from the idea that no one was coming, growing with each gaze. Okay, there better be a murder or something. Something crazy's gotta happen. They're couch maxing for 2 chapters now. I want action. I need drama. I'm sorry. I need blood. It's Halloween. I need to kill. I need to kill. Yeah. Night in the Woods was last Halloween. Complete silence. Not a single knock. Asriel sat with his head buried in his hands, each breath he took coming out slower than the last. He spoke with a dispirited scratch in his voice. I'm sorry, man. Despite the tension in the air, Pizza Pants was merely on his phone, blankly flipping between the weather, his emails, and a list of the next couple weeks' worth of shift.
Huh? Sorry for what?
He asked puzzledly, still looking at the screen.
I wanted to have some fun together on Halloween, and it's been a massive pile of nothing. And it's all my fault.
Is handing out candy to kids really that much more fun than sitting on the couch? I assume they'd be... I don't know. If it's a slow night, you put on a movie, you do something. They're really committed to sitting on the couch. You don't have to do that. Just saying. Pizza Pants couldn't help but notice how shaken Asriel's voice sounded. He turned to him, gently placing a hand on his shoulder in hopes of comforting him.
Come on, it's not your fault. We both know that. Maybe there's just, an infinite void of blackness outside that consumes the trick-or-treaters before they can get to the house. Maybe there's been a lot of people going trick-or-treating in hometown this year. This ain't something you could blame yourself on.
Barry, you used up all your PTO for this. all for just a chance at celebrating Halloween again, just for it to end up so disappointing. I'm only here for a 3-day break. And here I am, still finding ways to throw people's expectations down the drain. You could play beer pong, I don't know, play Uno. Yeah, anyway. Azirul raised his head, his eyes somewhat pinkish and glossy. I mean, fuck me for thinking this would be a nice way to just celebrate a fun little holiday with someone I love, right?
He's freaking out. Smash Mania, make them play beer pong. The most entertaining game in the world.
Just getting away from all the shit I have to put up with at college, all these projects, all these deadlines and essays debugging my shitty coding, everything going wrong, and now I'm home, and everyone in the whole damn neighborhood has their eyes on me because of course I have to be some kind of town darling. Everyone's got a dote over, and I fuck up the one time I get to ignore that, and I just can't.
I've never seen a guy so stressed out about people not trick-or-treating. Usually it's like, hey, sick, I get a bit of a lull between having to answer the door. It's like he's very high-strung.
Azriel, please look at me.
Azriel solemnly turned his head to Pizza Pants, feeling both of his hands rest on his shoulders.
I don't care if things didn't go the way they should have. I'm just glad I get to be here tonight, with you. You got a short break from college, I got a shift off from work, the future screaming from my manager aside. Who cares if it's a bunch of kids out lining up at the door for some chocolate or whatever?
Pizza Pants gave Azriel's shoulder a quick, affectionate pat and flashed the grin.
We only have a couple of days before it's back to business as usual for the both of us. Just know that I'll always be here to hear you out either way, right?
Azriel looked down, his hands shaking as he desperately tried to process the words of encouragement. I can't. Just as he was about to muster up a response, he felt a hand on his cheek.
You did good tonight, Golden Boy. Don't forget that.
Gaster's the trick-or-treater. He's been knocking the whole night, but they can't hear him because he was like non-canon or some shit. That's so sad. And now he's just looking through the windshield, kind of like getting really invested in the romance instead of trying to knock on the door.
I hope they turn out okay with each other.
Banger time? Oh yeah. Gaster just wants one lint truffle. This was all it took for Azriel to realize that words weren't needed. Instead, he put a hand onto Pizza Pants' cheek in return. A tiny chuckle escaped from his mouth as their faces grew closer, and closed his eyes and relaxed himself when their lips met. They kissed. It was by no means the longest kiss ever, but they made sure to make it last long enough for it to feel special. It was as they parted that both of them flopped back onto the couch.
Fuck, I'm tired.
This is the kissing music. I play this song when I kiss my boyfriend. Oh. Pizza Pants reached into his pocket in hopes to grab a smoke. Smoking! We know that the gay can't be repressed, though. This column is dead. We need an OC. Repressed gay kills the column. At the last second, Pizza Pants is gonna go,
Wait a minute, Azriel. This is kind of gay. Well, it's not. This isn't gay, right? What we've been doing, and we're gonna get the bingo at the last second. Pizza Pants reached into his pocket to grab a smoke, only to groan in frustration as his left hand was only met with the fabric of an empty pocket. Just then, he heard a distinct rustling coming from the other side of the sofa. Hey. Pizza Pants sluggishly moved
his head to look at Asriel, who had picked out a lollipop from the basket of candy and was now holding it out to him. There was a special light in Asriel's eyes as Pizza Pants yanked. They haven't been eating the candy? They haven't been eating the candy? Bro, why would they not eat the candy? I can't believe it. There's a special light in Asriel's eyes as Pizza Pants yanked the wrapper off, placed the lollipop in his mouth, and started leisurely fiddling with the stick between his lips. He's like gaily eating the candy.
Where would I be without you, dummy?
A happy place, Golden Boy. A much happier place.
Pizza Pants responded, his trademark grotesque smirk once again sitting on his face.
Enough of that already.
Asriel suddenly grabbed Pizza Pants by the shoulders, dragging him up to his chest and perching his chin atop his head. Much to Pizza Pants' surprise and slight chagrin.
Oh, come on. You're just gonna use me as a chin rest now?
It was just upset. They don't know what adults do on Halloween. They want to play the part. They don't realize they think they don't just eat candy and watch movies. Yeah, exactly. They're figuring it out.
You're just upset about what happened when you tried to do this to me.
Asriel brought his hand down to the underside of Pizza Pants' chin, tapping a couple of band-aids on each side. Wait, what? Oh, the horns. Oh, the horns, right. Both having long since been stained by tiny globules of pizza sauce and stray drops of soda drink.
Well, it ain't my fault those horns of yours are so damn sharp.
Pizza Pants let out a prolonged yawn and settled against Asriel's chest, his eyelids slowly dropping.
Oh, look how tired you are. Mind if I join you in a little nap?
No.
No, Asriel.
Walter White frantically bangs on the door.
No, Asriel. If you go to sleep, you will miss the trick or treators. Asriel, no!
I don't see why not. Knock yourself out.
Asriel brought his arms around Pizza Pants' torso and gently held him in place by the chest.
Sweet dreams, tough guy.
Night, asshat.
The two of them gradually began to drift off, letting their worries melt away as they both lay on the sofa, growing lost in the warmth of each other's company. It wouldn't be long before the room was enveloped in silence once again. Cutting through the stillness of the living room was a sudden, panicking jostling of the front door's knob. In any scenario, it wouldn't be too noticeable, but with how quiet the room had been, it was enough to wake Asriel up, confusedly bobbing his head from the side to side as he rubbed his eyes.
Huh? What?
The door immediately swung open, resulting in a thunderous crash as it slammed against the wall. It was Toriel, whose face held a look of dread, momentarily wincing at the damage that the door spring might have caused before shifting back into the aforementioned dread.
Oh my goodness, Asriel. I am so sorry. Mom, what happened? What's going on?
Chris was standing at Toriel's side, covering their mouth in a poor attempt to hide the snickering.
Chris, why are you... Seriously, what's happening?
Azzy, you good?
The level of anxious confusion in the room was loud enough to finally wake Pizza Pants, just as groggy as Asriel had been until he tensed up and widened his eyes at the distressed Toriel, immediately scrambling to his feet.
Miss Dreamer,
It's all my fault. You two must have felt so awful. Mom, it's okay. Just tell us what happened.
Toriel bashfully held up a small wooden sign Asriel brought for tonight.
I had no idea this adorable little sign was double-sided. I did not know it said something different on each side, so I did not pay much attention when I hung it on the door.
It's the dark, evil Halloween sign that says no trick-or-treating.
Wait, something about the signs being double-sided. Fuck.
The slow twist from Toriel's wrist revealed the back side of the sign, which said private property, trespassers will be shot, danger of dog. With like the libertarian snake flag also on it. One of the back side of the sign that is faced outward for the trick-or-treaters to see. It features the exact same crude set of cartoon bats, jack-o'-lanterns, and candy corn, but it held one major distinction. The spot where trick-or-treat would be now said, sorry, out of treats.
I feel so ashamed for making such a crude mistake. Please forgive me, you two.
It says no human food. Asriel and Pizza Pants sat there with their mouths hanging open. Oh no, we'll have to eat all the candy by ourselves now. It's a tragedy. I'm going to kill myself. Neither of them knowing how to respond to this information. The idea that everything they had gone through tonight, all of the nothing, the sitting on the couch, the thinking, the sleeping, the occasionally moving their muscles, was all born from what was born was fuck. Okay, confusion is my epitaph. I hope Gaster shows up. What I meant to say was, what they'd gone through tonight was all born from what was by all means a complete fluke.
Well, it's no big deal. We were just, kind of wondering why no one ever came.
Chris, despite their bucket being filled to the brim with candy, started studying the mostly full tray of sweets next to the door, earning another leer from Toriel.
Do not think I cannot see you eyeing down the candy, Chris. We will sift through your candy and separate it into portions in your room. Is that clear?
Yeah, Mom, yeah, whatever.
Chris said, an exasperated huff following soon after.
Thank you.
He turned back to face Asriel and Pizza Pants, smiling reservedly. Little does Toriel know, Chris has actually been transferring the candy little by little into a slush fund in their jacket all night long, and filling up the empty space in the bucket with wrappers, so that it looks like the volume's staying the same. So that, like, they have a reserve of, like, non-taxable candy in store, along with, like, the visible bank account. I mean, bucket.
As for you two, I cannot thank you enough for having the patience to deal with my mistake.
It was nothing, Miss Dreamer, honest.
Yeah, no need to worry about us. Can't say we never got bored, but, you know, we still got by.
Asriel explained as he playfully gestured toward Pizza Pants. Toriel lit a gleeful giggle at the sound of their modesty.
Well, I assumed you would just fuck like rabbits if nothing else came to the door, but oh well. Look at my two fine young gentlemen. Now, if you will excuse us.
Toriel grabbed Chris's hand and started leading them upstairs, waving goodbye to the two of them on the way up. Asriel stood up from the sofa and went over to Pizza Pants, giving them a loving pat on the back.
Happy Halloween, dummy.
Toriel's fun tax. The music sounds sinister, yeah. Pizza Pants simpered at Asriel, fiddling with the lollipop stick between his lips.
Right back at you. Oh, by the way.
He turned to face Asriel, taking the hand that was on his back in both of his. Suddenly all the confidence and snark in his voice was gone, an air of concern now in its place.
Just don't forget what I said earlier, all right?
Asriel was caught off guard by his sudden change in demeanor. Tender and emotionally intelligent Pizza Pants drives you back from the airport. Asriel was caught off guard, but his shocked gaze turned back to a soft smile.
Almost got to be the charmer, huh? Yeah, don't worry. I'll try to be more open to you about when I'm mad. I can't guarantee it, but I'll do my best. Sorry for, releasing all that on you earlier.
Nah, you're good. I don't have a problem with being a shoulder to cry on. That and, I'd never live with myself if I made fun of someone for having a moment like that. Least of all if they were doing so while wearing a costume as goofy as yours.
Yeah, how did he sit on the couch with the Yoshi? I wonder.
Well, that's good news, at least.
Pizza Pants walked over to the door and slowly opened it, staring at the now empty streets of hometown, the night sky above them, before turning to look back at Asriel.
How about a movie at my place tomorrow? 10 o'clock sound good?
What about tonight night? You're both adults. It's 8:30 tonight night. Go watch fucking slasher movies. It'll be great.
What do you have in mind?
Pizza Pants half-heartedly shrugged and walked to the door, hands in his back pockets.
No idea. You in?
Do you really have to ask?
We got new Meat Noises soundtrack. Hang on, I'm feeling low on Halloween spirit. Okay, Halloween. And the crow stays on. I forgot about that. Yeah, crows are scary or something. A wave of the hand from each of them later, and Pizza Pants closed the door, now strolling the quiet roads with nothing but the serene night breeze against his face and the light of the occasional street lamp illuminating the pavement. He took a deep breath as he strolled down the sidewalk, still trying to process just how much Asriel had bottled up, and how well he managed to hide it until then. Then his mind turned back to the lollipop in his mouth, the way Asriel lovingly gave it to Pizza Pants after making the effort to show his dedication toward him. At that moment, it no longer mattered if it was just a single piece of candy he received on a boring Halloween night. In that very instant, it was a reminder of what their relationship meant to them. As Pizza Pants walked through the outskirts of hometown, only one thought could cross his mind.
See you tomorrow, asshat.
Happy Azzy Pants Halloween. That was the end. I can't believe there was no reference to indirect kissing. It's a trope, but... I read every fic, except for the longest one. Except for the longest one that takes up half of the page. I read every fic. So, yeah, I win. I did it. What is this fucking music? Okay, for the end of the Halloween stream, I will play the skeleton song. Are we ready? Prepare yourself for the power of the skeleton song. It didn't turn on. Oops, I meant, hang on. I don't know what the skeleton song is, by the way. It's just, this website has a skeleton song. Wait, where's my music? Oh, it's slow. Oops. Yeah, skeleton song. You won 0 XP, 0 gold, 1 Halloween spirit. Music demon. Oh yeah, now that's spooky. I'm getting spooked. Spooked out of my gourd right now. The music demon goes weird. That's better, that's better.
The skeleton coming out! Oi, 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 oi!
This is real music. Okay. Skeleton song is over. We're going to art. It's probably art. Let's do art. Wait, how do I do the art? There's gonna be so much fucking art. I forget how much art the Azzy Pants makes. God damn it, there's gonna be so much art. Okay. There's none in the Azzy Pants thread, but really? How is there no art? Oh, you moved it all to arts and craft. Okay. Is that stream art? How long has this stream been? It's 8 hours. That's a long fanfiction stream. That's pretty long. Okay, let's start. This isn't a stream art, but like this is an amazing piece of artwork from a server member, and it's Halloween themed, so we'll start with that one. Check that out. It's not stream art again, but like fucking look at it. This one's by Dirk, who I consistently seem to enjoy their art. It goes bonkers. Noelle's got like massive shoulders. That's awesome. I don't think she's Catholic. I don't think this is what Catholics do. She has a deer skull. Maybe she's an evil nun, like Lebkuchen. Wide Noelle, exactly. You've all seen Long Noel. Get ready for Wide Noel. Let's keep the music going, perhaps. Music, there we go. The Orthodox have the deer skulls? I don't know about that, dude. Okay, we need actual stream art, though. I think this is maybe stream art? I don't really know, actually. I think it's by Maya. It was forwarded from the thread, but I'm assuming the person who forwarded it also made the art. It's an edit of Pizza Pants in like the analog horror woods. Goes awesome, actually. The piss filter really brings out the spookiness.
I'm gonna fucking die in here, little buddy.
Is the deer skull a real Catholic thing? Catholics have a... I'm not Catholic, Orthodox. They have a deer skull. Seriously? They have a deer skull. This is like a negative emotional aura image with this music. It's like this will... You'll die in 7 days if you look at this for too long.
I'm gonna weigh your skin, little buddy. Rest the analog piss.
Okay. Okay. We have a Gasto lantern. That's not stream art, but it goes hard. It's going in. That was by Zachary Airseed. This is not stream art. Okay. I think this was made for the stream. Happy Peepasween! It's yeah, Peepasween. Close enough. Close enough. We love to see it. What is Spempton doing to that Peepus? Is he wearing it? It's fucking weird. That one is by, Dairy Tomb. Wow. Okay, Azulia. Good heavens, would you look at the time? Yowie. Gay, gay, homosexual, gay, gay. I don't even know what this is an edit of. It's too abstract. It is gay, though. My masterpiece. Bird. Pizza Pants. Pizza Pants, I'm Halloween.
You're what?
Halloween.
What about your couple's costume?
Our couple's costume. You want it to be Hatsune Miku? Oh no. Pizza Pants, he needed, what's another Vocaloid? Kagame Rin? Is that one? Rin. Something Rin. That's a Vocaloid, right? Gumi, maybe? Was there a Gumi? Something. I'm trying to pretend that I know about Vocaloid. Teto. Hatsune Miku. That's an amazing face. There's some sort of creepypasta from Shadow of Roserade. I'm curious what the fuck this is. What's going on? What is that?
All audio has been decoded and translated for your convenience.
Maybe I don't want to get into this right now. There is a creepypasta available for you. By Shadow of Roserade, though. Welcome, user. I made 2 of them by accident. Stream art. Oh, this is like the cosmic one. It's like, yeah, some sort of abstract star deity Asriel composing the Minecraft end poem together with Burger Pants, who's a literal cat. And it made sense in context, I think. You had to be there for that one. It's beautiful, though. That one's by VT Holmes. That's a work in progress. And not stream art. It's a 3D Ralsei. You can look at it for a sec. There you go. 3D Ralsei. Cute. By Espresso. Wait, where'd it go? Where'd my... There. Wait a minute, am I still zoomed in? Oh, I am. The art's getting cropped slightly. You know what? I'll, There we go. That's better. I don't need to be in full screen. Cool music. Made this for a friend group. I thought I could share it here as well.
I have two sides.
Thinking about. Thinking about.
It's like a Gianni edit or something. It's not for the stream. Never mind. I know it's not showing. I was checking what the fuck it was. It's not related to the stream though. This is Asriel singing the Sweep Song by Lilac.
Go to sweep, 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 sweep. My broom is swinging from side to side, side to side.
Thank you. This is the second appearance of Broom Asriel in a fanfiction I'll have everyone know. I'm sure that's what this is based on, but we've already seen Broom Asriel. Okay, Lilac also made this. We have the statue of Pizza Pants and the Asriel monument. Oh, it's an Inktober sketch. I see. It's a monument-themed sketch, which happens to be Azzy Pants. We love to see it. PogChamp Flowey Jack-O-Lantern by the Goat Prince. That's pretty good. It looks like Pyrocynical, which means it looks like Flowey, because Pyrocynical looks like Flowey. That's how you know. That's how you tell. Pumpkin. Okay. This was made for the stream, but it's not to do with the stream. It's a really cool looking May Borowski, though. I love the May Borowski. She's like a Halloween-themed character, kinda. Looking good, May. Also a cat. Notable.
Zam, May is ripped.
Yeah, really. This is by George Y. 2001. Okay, that's not stream. Finally, Gaster with one lint truffle by Lilac.
Finally, I got my truffle after they stopped being so fucking gay for 5 seconds.
That's the end of the art. There's actually no more art in the Azzy Pants thread? Yeah, I thought you were sparing me from like the backlogged art. That may take a year if I'm doing the backlogged art actually. He's so genuinely happy to have that truffle. Yeah, maybe because it's a weekday. I'm not complaining. I was expecting to be here for an hour. There's got to be something else. Like the Azzy Pants thread probably has a bunch of like old built up art. I could check briefly. And, oh, look at that. $50 from Pidge. Azzy Pants OTP. Thank you so much, Pidge. Thank you so much. Yeah, this was a pretty intense stream. It wasn't intense. It was just it was a long one. It was a lot of Halloween shit. But that's really generous, Pidge. And this is after making the document and all that shit too. Oh, I see some art was reposted from the Azzy Pants thread. Do I sound sleepy? I might be tired. Like it was a long stream of reading. This music goes hard. Your fondest memory of the year is Azzy Pants Halloween? Well, I hope not. I'm not sure what else I can say to that. I'm glad you like it though. Wait, there's an Azzy Pants Fluffy Puff cereal box design. Can I show off the Azzy Pants cereal design? This Pidge clearly made this. I'm not sure what it's for. It was a cereal. Sure. This is like a hidden Azzy Pants unlock. It's real cereal? What do you mean? You made a box? You made cereal. How? How did you do that? See, this is why you backread the Azzy Pants thread. You see, I made an Azriel cereal. That just happens in the Azzy Pants thread. Sometimes there just is Azriel cereal. There's a recipe. Oh my god. I've never heard of making a breakfast cereal. I've never heard of that even being possible. Anyway, here's one. Here's a hidden Azzy Pants banger. Wait, who made this though? This doesn't look like Babapple Boy actually made this. But Babapple Boy has referenced it? Who made this one? Is that yours, Pidge? That's a Pidge. Oh, there's more, I'm used to Pidge with flat shading. This is a much more rendered piece. It looks good. Was that a secret? I don't get it. I'm sorry, Pidge. I don't get the bit. It's nice though. Did you have like a color consultant to make the sign there? Those are all very bright colors. See the statue of David Azzy? Where the fuck? Wait, what is this? I can't tell. Jeff made this. This is from Jeff. It's like the Joker, Spamton the Joker calling pizza pets. I'm not totally sure what that means, but it's art. Oh my god. I'm trying to find the David statue Azzy, like whatever that means. yeah, wasn't there... Weren't people trying to make an Azzy Pants book? Did I ever acknowledge that? I think I heard word of that, but I don't know if that... What happened with that? They were trying to do like an Azzy Pants Umris book, you know? Like the Umris book, but Azzy Pants. It was mid-October, and that would take a lot of scrolling, holy shit. It's the problem with the Azzy Pants thread, there's so much of it, and it's so active that anything you post in there is just going to get buried over time. Gotta show the Scroingo Boingler art on stream. That's me. Oh, it's on the progress report? Oh. Oh, the progress report. Can I don't... Okay, maybe it's best to just kind of call it here, though I'm flagging. I'll show, yeah, Doc's book cover. I think I never showed that yet, right? There was a design for the book cover, which I saw posted just now. Where'd he go? Was that Outson? Why is Outson just randomly posts once in the Azzy Pants thread? Here it is. It's someone's phone background. But you can see the book cover behind it. I'm not sure if there's a better reference to that photograph, but I think, not photo, the illustration that Doc made. Crazy looking. Okay. Oh, it's at the bottom? Go to the bottom of the thread? Okay. Oh, there it is. It's a better one. Nice. We'll end on that. This is... weirdly close. Wait, is that what that fic was based on? Because this is Pete's... It's a cat with like a Baphomet and... Is that what the Minecraft end poem was based on that we just read? Is that what it's from? What happened? Can't stop looking away. It's hard to break eye contact with Baphomet. That's beautiful. Yep. Alright, alright. Night, everyone. Happy Halloween, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the stream, everyone. Bars. I'm assuming Sunday? It's a good question. I'll say if I stream a Fatal thing on Saturday, definitely not Sunday. If I don't, I still might. And I unfortunately still don't know for sure whether or not we're doing something on Saturday. But, yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna have to improvise as usual. Alright, night everyone.